All right, here we go. Happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Merry Hanukkah. Those are the only two I celebrate. So that's all that's getting shouted out here tonight on Crypto Comics. But I'm here with the love handle, Slick Jimmy Lovebone from the exceptional comic book now available on Indiegogo.com. And that would be Little Girl Lethal. If you haven't seen it before, you should see it now. If you've seen it before, see it again. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm jazzed, man. I'm super jazzed for tonight. And I'm here with young up and coming comic skate artist extraordinaire. I don't know if he's extraordinary, but he's an artist. And he's here and he's from Comic Skate. And he has a name. And it's your friendly neighborhood ninja. And
how's it going this evening?
He is a most wanted individual here in the Comic Skate world. It seems like he's got a commission every day of his life to draw something for someone. Is that accurate, Ninja?
Well, it's getting to be about that way, yeah. So, yeah, if you guys need drawings done, I don't mind the work.
How do they get in touch with you? Just on the Twitters?
You can look me up on Twitter. It'll probably be the fastest and easiest way. Twitter.
You just search for your friendly neighborhood ninja. Do you have a Facebook page, Ninja?
Technically I do.
Okay.
So you can look me up on Facebook as well, or Instagram, or YouTube. Look me up on any of those, and I'll try and make sure I get back to you ASAP.
Yeah, the pages on Twitter or on Facebook used to automatically tell you that you had a message. And I've noticed that they stopped that feature for some reason. So you have to go to your page every day to keep up on it, and it's really stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Jimmy, you have a Facebook, I think, too.
Yeah, but it's my real names.
Okay, so if people want to contact you, it is exclusively through Twitter, and that's at Slick Jimmy Love.
I'm thinking of putting I do have another page, but I haven't made it public yet, so it might happen. I don't know. I kind of abandoned Facebook a while ago, so I might come back to it. I don't know.
I think you should.
Well, you've been kind of convinced me that there's some value there, and so I think I might do it. It's just managing two things back and forth gets a little confusing. Which one I did where,
Yeah, I understand for sure.
And then there, like with the app that comes on my phone, the functionality of posting some media, it doesn't allow me to get into my files on my phone. It just is this big lump of media that you have to kind of dig through if you want to find anything. I don't like that at all.
I don't blame you. But yeah, I love Facebook. I have a lulls. Like I've been in a lull because I worked on a couple, political campaigns this year on Facebook, and that makes you not want to be on Facebook for 3 months solid. But now I've just kind of been trickling back in a little bit, which is, what I always do, I'm not obsessed with social media like other people. I have a friend who I will not embarrass by saying his name, who has a Facebook, then deletes his Facebook in a rage because he's not getting the likes that he wants. Then he comes back, a couple months later because you have to have one.
Really? He wants that? I mean,
this is
nice for the book,
accurate.
I mean, like if I'm trying to sell a book like I'm like right now, I like the likes for that reason because it gives me feedback about who's getting, eyeballs on it. But just for me, I don't give a shit. If you like what I say, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. Piss off, I guess.
Seriously, no, I'm totally serious. I mean, my opinions are my own. If you like them, great. If you don't, well, go hang.
Yeah, that's how it is. So what's going on there, Ninja? How's the Shining Time Station tonight?
Oh, it's fantastic. You got Thomas coming by.
Cool.
Gonna drop some coal or some shit for us.
Nice.
And we're gonna use it to make some art.
Wow. Sounds like he's coming in. Oh boy.
Hey, do you want to invite Tank? Maybe he can. He's probably late over there in South Africa, though.
Yeah, it's probably like 6 in the morning there or something. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's look it up. I think we can do that, right?
He's like in Western in South Africa. I mean, excuse me, Eastern South Africa. So
It's 6:14 a.m. in Cape Town right now.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
we're
not
not.
in Cape Town. He's like in bumfuck Egypt, South Africa.
He's in Egypt. Oh, but he's still in South Africa.
Yeah,
How many
This
time
is not
zones?
quite the same.
South Africa.
he's in the far east of South Africa. You know Tank? Do you know Tank?
Well, I mean,
I
that just
do.
means it's
I know Tank, yeah.
it's 7 o'clock in the morning there instead of 6.
Yeah, okay.
Send
I think
Sashi the link too.
Sashi won't come on if it's like
it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
live.
She's sleeping. She won't come on live. How come? What is she afraid of?
You?
Oh, she's kind of she doesn't. Well, I mean, I could be. I'm not. I don't want to speak for her, but
Speak
she
for her.
often doesn't like that. She doesn't care for it unless she's kind of prepared to get
Okay.
online and be,
Yeah, I understand. I understand being prepared.
She's a good woman. We all love her, except for some other people don't.
Yeah, we'll someday in the future. We're just getting started here,
Yeah.
just getting started. And I know that Brad is doing drawn and quartered. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
He's doing drawn and quartered fan edition.
He is. He's hosting it tonight.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is he doing that? He almost won last night, so
That's probably where everyone is.
Fucking those guys up. That's gonna, that ain't cool.
Well, I thought he was doing it tonight. He said he was. Oh, it's on Chester's stream, right? Chester Busby, maybe.
Okay.
Oh.
Guaranteed it is. Okay.
Too bad we couldn't get Troy on here. That'd be kind of funny.
Who's Troy?
Troy, Mr. Marvel Torres.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
There is no one watching this stream.
There isn't anyone watching this stream. Makes me wonder where everyone is tonight. Everyone's still having fun doing something else.
Hookers and blow.
I've got 43 on Chester's drawn and quartered fan edition right now. No one else is streaming though, so it's.
Let me go see if I can. Let me see if I can. If you're streaming, see, it should show up on here, right? What are we on? What's under? What are we under? Is this crypto?
Mm-hmm.
We are here. We are in the Crypto Comics.
Crypto Comics. I don't know if I've signed up to that. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I
On
haven't.
On the
swear.
channel.
I swear I thought I did that.
Oh, ninja. Didn't you just say you were sleepy?
I did say that I was sleepy. What do I?
Trouble.
I'm gonna have to write you up. You know that.
Do it. Wake me up.
Okay, I'm sending this out. I'm sending this bitch out so people know. Okay.
Good. Send it out. Do you want the link to the YouTube actual stream?
Yeah, I've already got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it too.
Is this Josh the Amazing Animator?
This is Josh the okay animator. I'm all right.
Slightly above average, lukewarm animator.
The moderately successful animator.
The employed 3/4 of the time animator. The working regular part-time job animator. What is it?
Well, no, that is my part-time. My part-time job is a full-time animation gig.
Good. That's great to hear. I like to hear people. You don't have an avatar on though. Do you know that?
I do not. What? What's going on?
Oh, your
here?
camera's on, probably.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It moves. How does it move?
It moves because I will it to move. Because that's my face, guy.
I didn't know that you could do that. It's amazing.
He's got his camera on right now.
Yeah, no, this I'm actually screen sharing, and I have a program that automatically animates the mouths based on the sounds that I make.
The most brilliant thing I've ever heard.
It's fun stuff. Yeah, that's what I use for my Manimations live streams. And then my co-host and partner for Manimations, he has a similar one. It's not Canadian though because he's American, so he has a normal mouth. So yeah, thanks for the invite to the Crypto Comics live stream. What y'all doing, y'all?
Well, nobody's gonna watch this. You know, we might get 50 or 60 people to watch it, but I'm gonna do a reading of a comic, or not a comic book. It's not a comic book. It's a screenplay
Okay.
that I wrote. It's only on like its second or third draft, so bear with me. You know, I didn't proofread it before this, but I proofread it 2 other times, so hopefully there's only a couple things misspelled.
You scum.
I know, I know.
Nice to meet you. First thing I do when I go on your stream and meet you is call you scum.
Well, it's okay. It's nice to meet you too, Josh. We've interacted before under my alias Testosterone Overload, probably.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right.
So,
not a whole lot though. Not a whole lot.
No. I like to remain a man of mystery. So this is what we're gonna read Rabid Santa tonight.
Okay.
And hopefully this will entertain people who listen to this stream or replay it. You know.
Are we going to be picking characters and?
Do you want to? I mean, here's the thing: is I do like 100 different voices.
That's what I assumed we were going to be doing.
So, but if anyone wants to read, if they like to read, if they enjoy playing a character, they're absolutely welcome to.
If you give me like short a character with short.
No, you're playing the lead tonight, actually, Jimmy. I forgot to tell you that. Yeah.
Shut up.
You did so good as the biker in the other script we read that I just thought you could play the biker.
Oh, well, anyway, I'd love to read. I love doing that stuff. Back in the day, a buddy of mine and I, we were trying to start up a small production studio for feature films.
Yeah.
And we used to read a lot of scripts that got submitted to us, and we would just like go down to a coffee shop or something, get some coffee or hot chocolate in my case, and we would just read the scripts.
Yeah, I'm a hot chocolate man myself.
Yes, sir.
But I'm from the Northwest, so coffee's, in my blood.
Well, I mean, just look at me. I'm Canadian, guy.
Are you really Canadian? Truly Canadian?
Oh, truly.
Where are you from?
And truly. I am from a small town called Lindsay. It's a little bit north of Toronto.
Okay.
And currently I'm in Ottawa.
Oh, wow. Over kind of in the middle there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Eastern middle?
I guess so. Yeah.
I don't know where. Do they describe that as central Canada? How do you describe it?
I guess I guess it's still central. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm an artist, not a geography guy.
Okay. I work with the Hart family in Calgary a little bit on a podcast and videos, work and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you know anything about professional wrestling. So.
Mm.
And I've tried to start a production company with a friend to make some feature films too. Yeah, that's.
I've been there.
Been there.
We got
happens.
We got so far as to getting into talks with Tom Arnold.
What did you guys talk about?
A potential role for him.
Okay.
Then, I mean, the whole thing kind of fell apart. We went our separate ways and did other things, but
okay.
And we got that far.
You guys
nowadays, I wouldn't want to work with Tom Arnold.
So would you consider this the Christmas special for your channel? Is this the Christmas special?
Oh, this is absolutely the Christmas special. I just,
Sweet.
I like to pick a person's brain. I ask more questions than an 8-year-old girl when I meet a new person.
It's
good.
Where Ottawa is. Ottawa is north and a little bit east of Syracuse, New York. So it's pretty far east.
What? It's not that far east. What are you talking about? It's to the west of Montreal, Quebec.
Montreal is like above Vermont. Well, a little bit to the west of above Vermont. So,
isn't Montreal above Detroit?
No. What are you talking about? Like Detroit? Are you kidding me?
What is that? Toronto is above Detroit. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Toronto is above Detroit and east of Detroit. So,
but not very far overall.
Actually, Toronto is closer to Buffalo. So, just letting you know.
So as far as news and comics and stuff goes, I did just launch today the Twitter profile for my new comics imprint, Science Wizard Comics, and I also just got the domain for the website and the Gmail account and everything. So yeah.
So what are you going to do for that?
We got a bunch of stuff that we're working on. Nothing. We haven't really announced any projects yet, concrete, but like that we're working specifically for Science Wizard Comics. But we do have a couple people that have joined up with Science Wizard Comics. Wanpool is going to be with Science Wizard Comics from here on out.
Oh, very
and
cool.
The comic that I'm going to be drawing with Theron Kurth, Pineapple Pizza Man, that is also going to be a Science Wizard title.
Is it exactly what it says it is? Is it a Pineapple Pizza Man?
Yes, indeed it is. I can bring up a little piece of the art if you want.
Is the bad guy? Absolutely. Is the bad guy Donald Logue?
Who?
Oh no, Donald DeLay.
No, but I started off with this picture here of Donald DeLay's character Brutus the Badass getting his ass whooped by Pineapple Pizza Man.
Oh my gosh!
As sort of like a fake cover.
That's so there's not enough pineapple on there.
No. We don't want him to be too. We don't want to be like crazy OP. You know. He's got to have some limitations. So.
Is this going to be an Indiegogo book, Josh the Amazing Animator?
Yes, indeed it is. In 2019, as soon as we got the script hashed out, I'm going to start drawing it, and then I'm thinking probably once we get about halfway, we'll start the Indiegogo.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I think that's how we're gonna roll with that, because we don't want to jump the gun and say like, oh, we're gonna have it finished by X date. So I want to do half of it, because then I'll have a kind of like a better estimation of how fast I'm able to do the artwork for it, and then we can kind of say like, okay, well, what other stuff do we need to get this finished, and then we can more accurately decide like what the release date could be. But yeah, he's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Oh yeah, look at that.
But I'm talking about Pineapple Pizza Man. We can dig it.
Is he like Shaft? Is that what he is? Is he a detective?
I can't really say for certain. My writer's still working on the script. We got a ways to go on that, because okay. I think it's one of his first real writing gigs. So yeah, we're gonna workshop it out, make sure it's good and fun and entertaining and exciting and hilarious and all kinds of stuff, and it's gonna come out next year, and hopefully people are gonna love it.
That's sweet. Good luck on this. This is great.
Thanks, man.
It's nice to see a fun book out there.
Yeah, well, that's what we want to do. Is we want to make fun books. We got a couple others in the works behind the scenes currently. One that Troy is doing, and that one's called Last Call. And then one that I'm working on called Help Becky Smash. Help Becky Smash. Indeed.
That's a good title. It makes me want to know more. I'm intrigued.
I'm glad. Well, I'll give you the one sentence synopsis if you want.
Elevator pitch. Here we go.
Elevator pitch. This is like the before you even get on the elevator pitch. Let's see. Get into the email. All right.
Got to look up his logline. That's okay. I'm very patient.
It was just a really quick.
Jimmy hates dead air. You know.
I understand.
Oh, it's not dead air.
Well, the dead air is not. It's not completely dead. So anyway, I sent this out to a guy that I'm hunting for an artist right now for Help Becky Smash, because I'm going to be focused on the art for Pineapple Pizza Man, so I can't do the art for Help Becky Smash. So I'm looking for an artist to do the art for it, and I found this one guy. Looks so good. I really love his style. It's really vibrant and exciting and detailed and fun. So I sent him an email to see if he'd be interested. Anyway, and I said, the basic premise is that a pair of twin sisters, one who was granted with incredible beauty, Betty, and one who was cursed with horrifying ugliness, Becky, are on a mission across the multiverse trying to find Becky a husband, or at the very least a boyfriend, or at the very, very least get laid just once. And they will stop at nothing to attain this goal. It's called Help Becky Smash.
That sounds very, very entertaining. Is this PG-13 or is this for adults?
You know, I haven't really quite decided because, you know, the thing is with me is I'm not really squeamish about nudity or anything like that. You know, it's just not something that I'm like. I don't look at a naked person and automatically think, "Oh, that's sexual." You know what I mean? So like, and I don't like to limit anybody's creative vision. You know what I mean? Like if somebody says like, you know, I really want to have some nudity for this scene because it works for the scene, or it, you know, it like I feel like it's important for any such reason. You know, if they feel like it's important, I want them to be able to do it, and as long as it's good, you know, that's the thing I care about most with setting up Science Wizard Comics is I'm really trying to get quality. Like I want to put out quality, so I'm gonna have pretty high quality standards, and I'm gonna go through you know, the process of making sure that everything is up to those standards.
Okay. Well, before we start reading this Rabid Santa script, just tell me how you came up with the name Science Wizard Comics, because that's fun.
Actually, I'm glad you asked that because it's a really fun story. Basically, on Twitter, you know, I was, you know, involved with like a lot of the indie comic scene, a lot of people around, and you know, I was doing like a art trade Thursday, you know, where we would trade art with, you know, somebody. Somebody says, "Hey, I'd like you to draw this for me," and you draw it, and you trade with them, and they draw you something. I really liked doing that. Met up a couple cool people doing that. One of the people was a guy who called himself Dr. Science Wizard. And Dr. Science Wizard then came up with an idea to do a group collage sort of picture where everybody draws a different character. And, you know, this led to me meeting another group of people. And then we got talking and we started, you know, working on another idea together, and it sort of blossomed and built, and I ended up being led you know, given the reins for this project, and I led it into what's built up to this comic imprint, and you know, the couple different titles that we're working on for it. And I named it after him because he was the one that initially brought us together, was Dr. Science Wizard. So, and I liked the name too because it establishes two things. You know, we can do sci-fi, we can do fantasy, we can do pretty much anything in between. And that's a good thing for a comics label. You know, it says right there, Science Wizard Comics. You know, you got sci-fi, fantasy, everything in between. And I wanted to shout out the guy who kind of brought us all together and honor him for doing so, because I think it's important to know where you come from and give the proper respects to the people that get you there.
Absolutely, it is. So, now maybe an even more important question: what is your favorite character from A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: The Dream Warriors?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I've only seen the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
How old are you, Joshua?
I've seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I've seen the remake, and I've seen Freddy vs. Jason. Those are the only Freddy Krueger movies I've seen.
You don't care for horror movies?
No, I like horror movies. I just haven't really watched a lot. I don't like watching horror movies alone. And it's not really a fear thing. I just find that they're more fun when you watch them with other people.
With a girl you can hold on to when she grabs you.
Especially that.
Well, you've run into the schlock movie Meister here, more so than I would even say myself. This boy knows his B-movie bullshit.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I'm more of a monster movie guy myself. I grew up with like Aliens, Predator, Tremors, Gremlins, all that stuff.
Absolutely. Those are great. I just watched Critters 4 the other night.
Oh, nice.
It was
I love the Critters movies. I've only seen the first two, I think.
Oh, number
but
4
I want to get
space, bro.
Oh man, of course.
If you like sci-fi, and it has Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings, it's like one of the leads.
Every fourth movie goes into space. You know, I love Leprechaun in space.
I just watched that too for the first time. I watched them back to back.
It's so bad, but I love it.
It had the hot chick from Tool Time, the Home Improvement.
It did.
Alan.
It did. That was just like the first thing I said when I watched that movie. I was like, "Oh, it's the Tool Time girl."
Yeah, she did really way better than I thought she would do too.
I think she was taking it way more serious than she probably needed to.
No, I like it when they take it really super serious in a bad movie like that. They all did good. No stilted dialogue.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the newer Leprechaun movies, like the In the Ghetto and the second In the Ghetto, because they did two of them.
Lep in the Hood, Up to No Good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
a friend with weed is a friend indeed, Snoop Dogg.
That's
a real line from the movie.
I love Warwick Davis, man. That guy's great. Wick, Willow, that was a fun movie too with Mad Mardigan.
You guys are the two birds of a feather right there. He rhapsodizes about Mad Mardigan and so kind of faps on just in metaphor.
I fapped to Sorsha. I fapped to Mad Mardigan turning into a pig.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. It's fun. You know, I love all this stuff, and I'm really hoping people dig on Help Becky Smash. I got a fun kind of campaign leading up to it. I'll tell you, one of the ideas I had for like an ad for Help Becky Smash is you know how those old milk ads that you would see in the comic books where it was like got milk. I remember seeing those all throughout the 90s, right? And it would just be like, close up of somebody's face, like some handsome model's face, and then they'd have like the milk mustache and it would just say got milk.
Jimmy was that model.
Yeah. But I was thinking I'll do that with Help Becky Smash, and I'll have just like a close up of Becky, the ugly sister, and she'll have like the milk mustache, and it'll say "Got Smash," and then have like the title at the bottom, "Help Becky Smash."
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I suppose I should dole out some parts to people, and we should maybe read this comic book here.
Who am I playing?
This better be exciting, so I don't fall asleep for a third time on your channel.
You have not fallen asleep once, as far as I know. It's been way after reading.
That's the thing about
he usually reads a part.
That's the thing about falling asleep is that it's a pretty quiet affair most of the time.
I'm probably going to play. I'm happy to play the pastor, and I'm happy to play the sexy female firefighter.
Okay.
I really compelled that Jimmy has this voice to play the biker.
Okay. I'll just say right away, I'm terrible at playing female parts. It just ends up sounding like Mickey Mouse. So.
Okay. Well, let me ask: who would you rather play? Would you rather play the male firefighter hero, or would you rather play the teenage boy who doesn't know what the hell's going on?
The teenage boy sounds like it would be fun. Does Santa get speaking roles?
No. As soon as the Santas start to turn, they just kind of become slavering beasts.
Okay. Well, I'll be the scared little teenage boy.
Okay. He's more of he's a real wonky kid. He's kind of the goofball of the whole group. So
you got it.
Minimize.
You got it. Goofball activated.
And there are plenty of. I mean, there's plenty of characters in this.
So also, where does that leave me?
I forgot to add, if anybody is watching this and they're like, "Oh, I like the whole Science Wizard Comics pitch," you can follow Science Wizard Comics at Science Comics on Twitter.
Yeah, give me a wrench and I'll drop links for you.
Oh, I would absolutely love to. Okay, let's postpone this hangout for a second here. And I can do that. Jeez. Sorry, people. I'm sorry to all the beautiful people in Webtown.
It's all good.
It's happened. I know it's really, really rude of Ninja to even dare ask anything.
I got it. I'll put, there's that.
Slip in under the guise of let alone helping Science Wizard Comics.
And there's my personal Twitter as well. in the group chat here. So
You know, I'm a really weird person when it comes to like geography. So while you guys have been talking, I've been just looking at geography in the North.
If I got that wrong, I'm embarrassed.
I'm sitting here looking at a map while you guys talk, and I'm just weird that way. Because we were talking about like Ottawa and Montreal, and I started looking around in the whole area there.
Yeah, I happen to be looking at that too. I didn't want
I always find it funny when I hear people call it Montreal.
What do you call it?
Montreal.
Montreal?
Yeah, Montreal.
Well, it is Mon, M-O-N.
Yeah, it just sounds silly because we don't really like call it Montreal.
Same thing. Montreal.
Montreal.
Montreal. That's what I said.
No, you said Montreal. I said Montreal.
Well, I mean, some people say Albany and Albany or Albany, you know.
Some people say rough when they really mean roof.
Now keep giving him the business, Josh, because he gives me the business about my own hometown. You're saying it wrong.
I mean, come on, man. You live in Kalama. That's fine. I don't mind.
I don't. I live in Vancouver.
Yeah, what's really weird to me is when people say Arkansas. There's no W,
Arkansas?
and there's an
Arkansas.
S at the end. It's Arkansas.
Well, it's Arkansas. That's how they say it. So
I will always and forever call it Arkansas. As long as I shall live, it is Arkansas.
Yeah. Well,
friendship over, right?
I don't care. I live in Arkansas, but that's how they say it. So what are you gonna do? If you come out to Utah, there's a town called Twilla, and it's spelled T-O-L T-O-O-L-E. Twill. Tule is actually how it's supposed to be said in the original Indian, but for some fucking reason we call it Twilla.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then there's Duchesne, which is French, obviously, and they call it should be called Duchesne because that's how it's spelled.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
They call it Duchesne. And then the one that really screws people up here in when they drive through Utah is we have a town called Hurricane. It's spelled hurricane, but they call it Hurricane. Yeah.
Actually, Jim, it's pronounced Huracan. Get it right.
Huracan.
Yeah.
We really like to use as few syllables as possible, so we just call it Hurricane.
Hurricane. That's how they say it. It's Hurricane. Hurricane. That's how they say it. And like people would drive. Do you know where this hurricane place is? I'm like, yeah, it's right down there. It's called Hurricane though. What?
So, I don't know why does someone know Ed?
I have no idea why they called it Hurricane or Hurricane.
It's going to make us play all the roles here.
Because it's in the middle of the goddamn red desert. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh my. All right, so what's the name of my character?
Well, you're going to play Ed in this part, and I'll just dole him out as we go through. The other character's name is Estevan.
Does Ed have an accent of any kind?
Yeah, I'd reckon Ed probably has an accent, Josh. Are you familiar with the West?
Yeah, I kind of looked at it and I was like, yeah, beer and hunting are age-old buddies, Lance. In hunting, just like an ancient Egyptian game of billiards, one's performance actually improves with the consumption of a few brewskis. That's called science, Pally.
He's got it figured out here. Okay. So, we'll just go through and I'll just, call out, whoever as we go, or feel free to take the initiative. Anyone who wants to read more than one, other than you, Jim, you're stuck because you got that one voice.
What's my character?
Are you Vince in this? Is his name Vince? No, his name's Tony in this. Excuse me.
Tony.
Hey,
Vince was the original guy.
Vince was the biker in Luminosity. Yeah. This is the biker in Rabid Santa, so it's a little different here.
Okay.
Oh, so many bikers.
Just, we have bikers out here in the West.
Is he a 1%er?
Is he a 1%er?
Yeah. That's an outlaw biker.
Oh, I didn't know that. I only know the 1% and the 3%. That's sorry.
It's like
the 80-20 rule.
You and your knowledge.
Well, up to a point, and then I become very ignorant.
Okay. So here we go with Rabid Santa.
All right.
Those people listening. So obviously this is the exterior of the woods at dawn. Ed and Lance, two hunters decked out in camouflage, are crouched down in the underbrush. Ed pulls out a can of warm, natural ice beer and pops the top. The sound is crisp and loud in the morning stillness. Quiet, Ed. You're going to spook the deer.
Bear and hunting are age-old buddies, Lance. In hunting, just like in the ancient Egyptian game of billiards, one's performance actually improves with the consumption of a few brewskis. That's called science, Pally.
I don't care if it was written on the tablets Moses brought down from Mount Sinai, Ed. If I don't get some venison for Christmas dinner, my wife is going to make her meatloaf again, and I will not allow that harpy to ruin another holiday meal. Lance's raised voice causes something to stir in the bushes 20 paces from them.
Looks like the good Lord's granted your Christmas prayers.
From out of the foliage comes a deer. It's mangy looking, but mature enough to shoot. Ed takes a sip of his beer and watches as Lance raises his rifle and sights his scopes. The rifle shot is deafening. The deer bolts deeper into the woods, terrified.
Improved performance, huh?
Ed examines his rifle in confusion. Lance examines his rifle in confusion. I hit the son of a bitch. I know it.
Let's take a look down there, then.
The two men walk in the direction the deer ran. There's blood on the leaves and a trail of clarion leading away from them.
Hot damn, you're a deadeye. None of Pam's shitloaf for you this year, Lance.
They follow the blood trail for a few meters, then it disappears. They turn left and right, then backtrack to see if there was a turn they missed.
Damn, hell, where'd he run off to?
Maybe it flew away. Ed scans the sky. Lance shakes his head in disbelief. What do you think, Ed? Did I shoot Prancer or Vixen? Ed steps to the side, revealing the wounded and seriously pissed off deer standing right behind him. The deer lunges at Lance and bites him hard on the arm. Lance screams. The deer lets go, screams itself, and flees into the forest. Lance levels his rifle and fires at the buck over and over. I cannot believe that asshole bit me. Ed examines the wound.
Ain't never heard of nothing like that before. Deers are supposed to be docile and herbivores.
Don't, tell anyone about this?
Sure, come on, Pally. Let's get you a beer.
Exterior, small town USA, late afternoon. Establishing shots of the town during the holiday season. Shoppers on Main Street, the town Christmas tree, church nativity scene. We settle on a high school football field with accompanying stadium. In the football stadium, daytime, Noelle, a cute 17-year-old with dark hair and dazzling deep blue eyes, steadies a javelin in her hand. She runs and throws. The javelin sails through the air. Typo.
Wrong
and sinks into the 50-yard line. The teenage girl wraps her hand around another javelin in the stand next to her. So we're going to need somebody to play Noelle, or I can just play both of them. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, why don't we let Ninja take that part?
Yeah.
All right.
You're Noelle. You're getting pretty good at handling that shaft, girl. Noelle turns to discover her best friend, Steven, standing behind her. He's an 18-year-old gay Caucasian with dark hair and eyes. He's sarcastic in his tone, but totally honest in his statements.
Practice makes perfect, Stefan.
Stephen. Tell me about it. He makes a jack-off motion with his hand. She laughs.
Oh, Stephen, I love you.
I love you too, Noelle, but I love money more, so let's get to work.
Ready for our last night?
Thank Christ. I can't handle another day around that bearded drunk.
I'm so looking forward to not having to hear one more comment about my ass from that fat bastard.
Evelyn throws the javelin as hard as she can. Noelle throws the javelin as hard as she can.
I hate spandex.
The javelin sails past the previous one and sinks into the ground at the 60-yard line. Damn! You're on fire, girl. Exterior, Fire Station 9, daytime. The two bay doors on the station are down. The sun hangs low in the sky. In the upstairs living quarter, Jim, an overweight firefighter, rummages through the fridge, pulling out a quart of eggnog and sniffing it. He holds it up to Carol, an attractive redhead firefighter in her mid-20s as she passes by. So I would probably give Alan to our friend here, Josh, the absolutely amazing animator from Science Wizard Comics.
Sounds good. And
then there's a character named Nate. We'll have you go ahead and pick up there, Ninja.
All right.
So Jim holds the eggnog up to Carol. Is there any alcohol in this?
Who's
Oh,
Carol?
wait, I'll play Carol. You're on duty, Jim. It's Christmas Eve, Carol. Don't get your panties in a twist. Nothing ever happens in this podunk shit town on Christmas Eve. Alan, Jim's intellectual equal, joins the conversation.
If we're lucky, some poor bastard's tree
That's
might
Josh,
catch
the
on.
amazing animator.
Oh, who am I?
You're Nate.
Nate. Oh, fucking who cares?
If we're lucky, some poor bastard's tree might catch on fire this year. But even that's a rarity nowadays.
Stupid fire retardant plastic Christmas trees are for stupid babies. Alan holds a mistletoe over his head.
Hey, Carol, mistletoe?
In your dreams, Alan.
I'm wearing a mistletoe jockstrap if you'd rather kiss me there.
She walks away in disgust. It's Christmas, Carol. The season for giving.
Blowjobs.
Jim and Alan share a hearty laugh at that one. Nate, a handsome brunette firefighter in his late 20s, isn't impressed.
Would you two nitwits have some respect? This isn't a high school.
Oh, how dare you, Nathaniel? No. We have tremendous respect for women. We just don't necessarily feel the need to show it.
Yeah, Nate. Stop being so damn serious. Little Miss Prudy Prude over there ain't gonna date you if you keep acting like such a gentlemanly puss cake toward her.
I don't want to date Carol, guys.
Oh, yes, you do, Nate. It's okay. You've been on her skinny ass since she started working here.
Like you two don't.
But the difference here, Nate, is that Alan and I, we just want to tag team her. Whereas you want to go steady with her, hold hands by the leg, and have a song on the jukebox down at Stella's bar. Otherwise, you wouldn't be acting like pussyfied around her.
Women like her, and trust me, Nate, I know the type. They want to be treated like shit. It's how they were raised. It's all they know.
But at the same time, you got to let her know that she isn't like the type of shit you don't want.
Yeah, she ate a shit sandwich at the lunch counter or anything like that. You still have to wine her and dine her and pretend you're a nice boy who loves his mama. But then one night, no more than 6 weeks after that first date, you gotta sit her down, look her in the eye, and tell her, you're my piece of shit now.
Then she'll spend the rest of her little life trying to turn you back into the nice guy she first met. Then you know you won. You own her.
You guys are stupid.
And you are not a real firefighter until you grow in that damn mustache.
Oh, shit. Seriously, Carol's mustache looks better than yours.
On the other side of the room, Captain Bill O'Leary, played by Slick Jimmy Love from Little Girl Ethel, steps out of the bathroom in full Fireman Santa regalia. The firefighter boots and suspenders under the open red cape, under red jacket, complete the look. It's not a superhero story. There are no red capes. You look great, Bill. Carol helps him straighten the outfit.
You really think so? It's silly nowadays for Santa to ride around in a fire truck.
It's a good tradition, Captain. There's not enough of those left in the world. It's good for people in the 21st century to hold on to a few rituals. It reminds us where we came from.
You got a point there, Carol.
And you're the biggest guy on the force.
Well, that is true. I don't look stupid.
No, the kids are going to love it. I just wish I could go with you to see the looks on their little faces. Smile, kids. Inside the shopping mall, North Pole, two awkward children are smiling big as they sit on the lap of the mall Santa, who's decked out in a premier Santa outfit. Glitter sparkling like frost on the white portions of his hat and jacket. Behind his regal chair is the North Pole set built from pressboard. The children smile, doing as Santa instructed, and a flashbulb pops. Great job. Now, what is it you want for Christmas, kids? Great Joy subscription and the new Halo for my Xbox. And what about you, sweetheart? What would you like for Christmas?
I want Daddy to come home. I don't like Uncle Chuck always sleeping in Mommy's bed.
Yeah, well, I will give that some thought and see what I can do. All right, let's move along to the next children, Elf Helper Noel. Noel, now wearing an elf costume, approaches the children.
Let's get you kids some candy canes and back to your mom, huh?
She bends slightly at the waist, taking the children by the hands. Mall Santa notices the spandex clinging nicely to her little buns. Damn! Santa knows what he wants for Christmas. She gives him a disgusted look.
Gross. You're like 50.
40, baby. Don't let the beard fool you.
Yeah, still, you're 40.
So what? You're 18.
17.
He shrugs. What's a year amongst elves?
Actually, it'd be more like 20 years.
Mall Santa looks confused.
That they wouldn't let you leave North Pole State Penitentiary. Let me just read that again. Yeah. That they wouldn't let you leave North Pole State Penitentiary.
Oh.
But don't worry, there's plenty of big black candy canes in there for you to suck on. And
Oh, sorry.
and it's okay. And it doesn't even have to be Christmas morning. Come on, kids.
Santa's going on break. Back in 10. The line of parents and children waiting sigh discontentedly. Mall Santa angrily pushes himself out of his chair and moves to a door in his North Pole set that says Santa's Workshop. He enters and slams the door behind himself. Stephen, also in an elf costume, approaches Noel. He's so gross. What a perv.
Right?
You should totally report him, Noel.
Forget about it, Stephen. I'm just glad it's over tonight.
I don't know. I'm going to miss these outfits. We look great.
I guess.
Are you kidding me, sister? I can't blame that pervy fat Santa back there. Your ass looks amazing. She laughs.
Oh, I love you, Stephen.
Stephen suddenly gets a concerned look on his face, watching something going on behind her. What's going on over there? She turns to the commotion. Someone races right at her. Watch out! Stephen pulls her out of the way just in time. A heavyset woman named Melissa in a security uniform tackles a shoplifter as he brushes by our elves. Get off my neck, lady!
Shut it, scumbucket!
Two overweight security guards are right behind her. Where to go? Melissa speaks into her walkie-talkie.
We got him, sir. Caught him red-handed coming out of Lane Bryant.
Who steals from Lane Bryant?
Probably thought the girls wouldn't run after him.
Great job, Melissa.
All in a day's work. Don't misjudge plus-size girls.
No doubt. You hunted him down like a dog.
Like a hungry dog. I need an orange Julius and a Cinnabon. You two want anything?
Yeah, but I have to watch myself at the holidays.
What about you, skinny bitch?
I'm sorry. I'm okay, Melissa. Thanks. Oh, will you tell me if Esty is working?
Esteban, the cute little guy, the orange Julius.
Well, not.
You have a thing for him?
Since forever, but she'll never ask him out.
Quit being chicken shit, Noel. I'll let you know if he's working. Put in a good word for you, too.
Melissa winks and clicks her tongue.
No, don't say...
It's too late. She's already over and out. Don't worry about it. You're the only girl on planet Earth even aware of Esteban's existence. At our age, you're supposed to like him dangerous, self-centered, and dumb as a fucking pet rock. Not cute like a baby kitten. She smiles gleefully at the thought.
I love baby kittens.
Seriously? So what are you doing tomorrow night after Christmas with the fam is over?
Why? Is something going on?
Well, Christopher and I happen to be going to a party at Tommy Richards' house. Maybe you could invite Esty.
What's so special about Tommy Richards?
His parents went to Arizona for the holidays and were stupid enough to let him stay home with his older brother.
So,
his brother has a fake ID and we're getting obnoxious drunk.
Another beer still.
Inside a dive bar, Tony, an outlaw biker in his mid-40s with long hair and a few teeth missing from being in fights his whole life, sits at the bar. Stella, the buxom, tired-looking barkeep in her early 40s, pours him another from the tap. Any big plans tomorrow, Tony?
You're looking at it, honey.
Ain't you gonna go see your mom?
Yeah, I reckon so. That's around 1 or 2. Besides, you know I couldn't let you spend the holidays alone, little sugar, little sugar tits.
My hero. Someone in red approaches Tony from behind, grabbing him firmly on the shoulder. Tony jumps.
What the hell?
A drunken schmuck in a grease-stained Santa jacket and equally unkempt hat plops onto the stool next to him, slurring heavily. Merry Christmas. Tony doesn't bother to reply. Oh, for my Christmas, damn. Still nothing. Fine then. Screw you too, Mr. Grinch.
What'd you say to me, Kringle?
I said by my burr. I'll kick your ass. Now! Tony looks at Stella.
Rolled up a little more. There we go. What the hell's happening? What the hell's happened to this town, Stella?
You hear me, you black and jack off? You go buy a beer, we'll fight. And scare my little thing on no motorcycle. The drunken schmuck pushes Tony's arm.
Big mistake, Saint Dick.
Tony spins on his stool and clotheslines the drunk straight to the floor. He's immediately on top of the guy, ready to punch his lights out. The drunk's eyes are already swimming. What happened? The drunk looks around, confused. I fall? Why are we on ground? Tony stands up, showing a rare bit of mercy.
This one's had enough, Stella. I'm going to hit the head.
The drunk makes it to his feet as Tony walks to the head. Who pushed me? Huh? You're lucky it's Christmas, pal. Now get the hell out of here. Find a church and sober up. Amen to that, brothers and sisters. Amen to that. Pastor Maurice in a church, a heavy-set Southern black man in his mid-30s, preaches to his congregation from the pulpit.
Ooh, can I do the pastor?
If you would like to do the pastor, absolutely you can do the pastor. Can I play one of your parishioners, even though it's not written?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Because that is the one true gift. The gift he gave us. The gift of eternal salvation.
Amen.
The true meaning of Christmas. It's not to buy video games for our kids, fur coats for our wives, barbecues for our husbands. No, sir.
No, amen.
No, sir. But if you want to get me that barbecue, honey, it's down there at Walmart for $3.29 right now. But the truth is, brothers and sisters, that barbecue, which I do really want, ain't nothing compared to the real gift we've been given for Christmas and every other day of the year.
That's right.
The gift of eternal salvation.
Amen.
The gift of God's only begotten Son, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And the
Praise
sacrifice he made on the cross to ensure every last one of us may join him in the kingdom of heaven.
Amen. Amen.
But that message has become obscured by a culture of mass consumerism. Even got me up here wanting barbecues. This mass consumerism has got people assaulting each other for savings on Black Friday, desperate to keep up with the Joneses next door and passing on all the wrong traditions to their young ones. And please don't think, brothers and sisters, that I'm suggesting we forego the tradition of Christmas gift giving. No, but I just ask that tomorrow, as you're opening your fancy electronics or what have you, along with thanking the giver of the gift, I ask you, say a little thank you to the King of Kings, who gave you the not so little gift of eternal life by his side in the glory of heaven. For there is truly no better gift.
Amen. Praise God.
Now, Pastor Abe has a prayer he'd like to say. And then I believe Mary Lynn will lead us in a song of worship. Pastor Abe.
Thank you, Pastor Maurice. If we could all bow our heads in prayer. Pastor Abe replaces Maurice at the pulpit, who makes his way off the stage, glancing at his watch as he moves. Maurice whispers to Mary Lynn as he moves past her.
I'm going to call the fire department and see what's holding them up. You just make sure to pick alarms out.
She nods and he moves swiftly to the church's side entrance. Lord, bless us this wonderful Christmas Eve. Inside the church's pastor's office. Moments later, Maurice has the phone in hand, talking to Nate at the fire station on the other line.
What's taking y'all so long? The children are waiting in here with bells on. The children are waiting in here with bells on. They ain't never come in no bells before. I thought that was just an expression.
Yeah, sorry, Pastor. We're moving as quick as we can. We might be a few minutes behind, but we'll be there.
Please hurry. I know it's going to mean the world to these children.
We're not going to let you or the orphanage down, Pastor.
I know you won't. I know. God bless you, men and women of the fire department. Y'all do really fine work in the community, and we all appreciate y'all very much. Brother Nate.
Well, thank you very much, Father. We'll see you shortly.
Pastor Maurice hangs up the phone.
Ain't no father. That boy needs some church.
Pastor giggles to himself and turns off the office light. Inside the Fire Station 9 truck bay, Nate moves to Carol and Bill in the Santa outfit.
Hey, that Baptist church is wondering where we're at, Bill.
Oh, Pastor Maurice sure does sweat it when it comes to those kids. You tell him we're on the way.
Said we might be 10 minutes late, just so you know.
Wish I could go with you guys.
Sorry, Carol, but as most junior member of the team, you know it's your duty to man, woman, watch the station on Christmas Eve. Don't worry, though. You'll be home plenty early tomorrow morning, just in time to see your little girl's face light up on Christmas Day. If she hasn't been naughty, that is.
No, she's been an angel, though a bit of a handful all year. Tonight of all nights is just hard.
We've all been there before you, that's for sure. It ain't easy, but it always works. It always works out fine.
Promise?
I promise. You'll be there to watch her open the presents.
Good. Otherwise, I'll strangle you with your own beard.
You got worse temper than Mrs. Claus there, Carol. Now, I want to know the truth. Why isn't Jim wearing the suit? I might be the biggest, but he's the one with the belly like a bowl full of jelly.
Because Jim is allergic to polyester beards.
And he loathes children.
He's right. I really do hate children. Wretched little beasts. I swear, they're all like those fucked up kids in Lord of the Flies.
Speaking of kids, we better get a move on Santa.
All right, then. Carol, grab my sack.
Alan starts trying to contain a laugh. Captain O'Leary climbs to the top of the fire engine, ensuring everyone in town will see Santa Claus coming. Alan slips into the passenger seat. Jim opens the bay door, then turns to Carol. Hey, rookie! There's about oh, I forgot my voice. Which voice is... Hey, rookie! There's about 100 feet of hose. Needs recoiling. If you think you can handle it.
I got a hose that she could handle.
Oh, Alan, everyone knows you can't wrap a 2-inch hose. Oh, burn! She got you good. Jim climbs into the jump seat. Nate takes the Santa sack from Carol and passes it up to Bill in the jolly old elf's outfit.
I'll help you with that hose when we get back. It'll be a slow night.
Thanks, Nate. You're the only one around here who doesn't treat me like their stripper girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend. Get it right.
And it's exotic dancer, Carol. Stripper is just plain offensive.
Gotta be PC.
Hey, Carol, I wanted to ask you if you'd thought any more about my...
Sweet Lord, can we get a move on already? We've got cheap Chinese knockoff discount toys from the dollar store to deliver to poor, underprivileged children with no parents, if you don't mind.
Assholes. Nate smirks.
I'll talk to you later, Carol. Merry
Nate
Christmas.
hops into the fire truck. Oh, sorry. Nate hops into the fire truck, starts the engine, and leans out the window, smiling at Carol.
Think on it. Hey, Fireman
sorry.
Santa.
Sorry. Let's go, Rudolph. I get this sleigh. I'm moving.
Carol shouts over the engine, Bill, don't forget to practice your ho-ho-hos. Nate throws the truck into gear and flips the lights on as he pulls the rig out of the bay.
Ho, ho, ho.
Carol smiles gleefully at the sight. The fire truck moving into the sunset. The sun is just beginning to set as Nate drives the highway.
You know, I've been thinking.
Yeah, try not to strain yourself.
Oh, Mr. Sense of Humor. Har-dee-har. As I was saying, I've decided we've really got to check Carol. We've really got to get Carol back out on calls.
Yeah?
Hell yeah. That way, we get a chance to watch her work the pole.
Nate gives an annoyed glance.
Fire pole. We all use it, Nate. What do you think I meant?
Why don't you guys just give it a rest?
I don't know what you mean, pal.
Listen, I get it. There's a girl in the firehouse for the first time, and it's going to take a while for some of us to get used to. But she's a full-fledged member of the team now, so you should chill out on the sexual talk about her.
Well, I'll have you know, Nate, for the record, I talk about Carol's tits just as much as I do Jim's. Now, if that's not equality...
This doesn't look good.
The intersection ahead is blocked by a nasty-looking multi-car pileup. Nate slows the truck to a stop, and all four men hop down, Jim grabbing the EMT kit as he does. Exterior, Route 12, continuous. The scene of the collision is eerily still. Steam pours from an overturned car, but there's no one milling about. No victims, no Samaritans, no onlookers. The four firefighters approach cautiously. The only sound is coming from the running engine of one of the cars.
Where the hell is everyone?
Santa Clado O'Leary reaches the first car.
It's empty.
Maybe it's the rapture and we missed it. Like that stupid movie with Nick Cage and Kirk Cameron.
Yeah, but he was good on Family Ties.
Nicolas Cage wasn't on Family Ties, you idiot.
No, Kirk Cameron. You know he was one of us in that Fireproof movie.
He wishes. I do miss Meredith Baxter Burney, though.
Whatever happened to the dad in that show? He was great in Tremors. Nate approaches the second automobile. There's a dead woman slumped over in the driver's seat.
We got one over here, Bill.
Nate carefully reaches past the corpse and kills the engine. He gently pushes the body off of the wheel and into an upright position. The face is all but missing.
Good God.
Bill approaches from behind.
She looks mutilated.
I got a live one, Captain.
Alan kneels over someone crushed beneath the overturned car. Only the legs of the trapped man stick out from below.
Sir, can you hear me? This is the fire department. We're going to get you out of there as soon as we can. Just hold tight.
Nate, Jim, and Bill are at his side.
Nate, call us in. Jim, get the jacklift. Jaws of life aren't going to do the trick for this.
Nate races back to the truck, Jim right behind him. At the fire station, Carol is on her Android talking to her daughter when Nate's voice chirps over the radio. Now you have to go get some sleep, baby, or Santa won't come. I know, sweetheart, but I'll be there when you wake up in the morning, and we'll open all of Santa's presents together.
Station, come in. You there, Carol?
Baby, Mommy's got to go now. You behave for Grandma and Grandpa, and no waiting up for Santa Claus, you hear? I love you, honey.
Come on, Carol. Where you at?
Carol picks up the radio. Wow, you guys are done at the church already?
Negative. We're at a multi-accident on Route 12, about half a mile south of Smitty's gas station. We're first on the scene and could use some ambulances if they're not already on the way.
Will do, Nate. Oh, and Nate, I will go on a date with you. I know fraternizing with coworkers is frowned on or whatever, but screw it. You only live once, right?
Well, that's my Christmas wish taken care of. I got to get back. See you after a while. Nate out.
Carol, pleased with herself, switches the radio frequency. Dispatch, come in. Dispatch, come in. No response, just the crackling of dead air. Emergency regional dispatch, please respond. Still nothing. She dials 911 on the desk phone. A busy signal is her only response. Busy? Not possible. She tries again. Still busy. A noise somewhere in the station draws her attention. Slowly, Carol investigates. The noise comes from the regular door next to the bay doors. Someone or something is trying to get in. Back on Route 12, Alan peers under the car at the trapped man, but it's too dark to see anything. He looks back up to Captain O'Leary.
He's pretty slim. If he's not being pressed down, we might be able to slide him out. If I could just see.
Alan squirms his way under the wrecked vehicle. He suddenly shrieks from beneath the vehicle, his legs kicking wildly.
I got you.
Bill grabs on and pulls him out. Alan's head comes into view from beneath the car. The trap man's teeth are clamped onto Alan's face. His jaws lock so tightly onto Alan's flesh that the trap man is drug out along with the firefighter, the man's body twisted at an impossible angle.
What the fuck?
Bill pulls harder, but the trap man is snagged somewhere under the car. Nate watches in stunned shock as Bill wrenches Alan away from the trapped man. A huge chunk of Alan's face is torn off, clenched in the rabid man's teeth. Holy shit! Jim, horrified by the sight, turns away and the trap man turns his mangled frame toward Bill, looking angrily at him for taking his meal away. We clearly see that it's Lance, the hunter bitten by the mangy deer. Lance snaps and bites wildly at the firefighters, a man possessed with some terrible thing.
What the hell am I seeing right now?
Captain, I need you.
Bill snaps out of it. He turns to Nate, who kneels over Alan.
We got to stint this. Oh, I'm sorry. We've got to stint this blood loss before he goes into shock.
With the EMT kit, Bill and Nate go to work, saving Alan. This is fucked up! What the fuck do we do with this fucking nut job who bit his fucking face off?
Breathe, Jim. Calm yourself down.
What the fuck is wrong with you, mister? Lance froths at the mouth, snapping and grabbing at Jim. All of the commotion has caused the dead woman in the second car to take notice. Her eye twitches, then her whole head. Her eyes flash open. They look like they've had cataracts for 30 years. She moves out of the vehicle, limping awkwardly toward the distracted firefighters. You sick motherfucker! Jim kicks Lance in the chest. Unaffected, Lance grabs his leg and trips him up. Lance pulls Jim toward him, trying to get within biting range. Oh, shit! Bill moves quick, yanking Jim back and freeing him.
Don't go near that son of a bitch again, Jim.
Yeah. Jim looks down to Alan, who's going into shock. Hang on, buddy. You're going to be okay.
I'm sorry, where the hell is sorry. Where the hell is that ambulance?
Forget it. Let's get him in the truck.
The rabid undead woman attacks Jim from behind. Nate and Bill move to his rescue, but Nate is knocked down in the scuffle, trying to control the possessed woman. Nate lands face to face with Lance, who snaps hungrily at him. Nate pushes his hands into Lance's chest, thrusting the hungry hunter away from him and rolling to safety. Jim viciously slams the car jack into the woman's head, over and over. Only the lower half of her head is left. She's done. Eat it, you sick bitch! Out of nowhere, Lance's hunting partner, Ed, attacks Jim from behind, chewing into his neck. They fall to the ground. Lance reaches out, grabs onto Jim, and pulls him closer. Ed pulls back. The two rabid hunters growl at each other as they have their tug of war. They stop pulling and decide to meet in the middle, eating Jim from each end. Help me! Help me! No!
What are we supposed to do?
Nate looks to Alan. He's died at some point in the chaos.
Let's get the hell out of here, Bill. No reason for us to die, too.
Bill nods and they retreat to the truck as three rabid motorists appear from around the fourth car in the collision. Nate drives from the scene as fast as he can, siren and lights blaring in the sunset. At the church, Pastor Maurice walks the hall from his office to the worship area. He takes a step backward at noticing something out of the corner of his eye. Maurice peers out the window. Someone's out there. He pushes open the door and exits. Standing alongside the wall outside is a congregation member, a cigarette pressed between his lips. Maurice approaches the smoking man. Great sermon, Pastor.
Yeah, you want me to do this part?
I'm Pastor.
If you want
I'm
to.
Pastor Maurice.
I'll be the smoker.
Yeah, you can be the smoker. That's fine.
Oh, the smoker. Okay.
He is a smoker, so.
Yeah.
And how
Great
would you
sermon.
know? You were out here for most of it. Had to feed the beast, huh?
Well, a 2-pack a day habit doesn't exactly leave much time for non-essential activities.
You don't think your salvation is essential?
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
There's a bit more to it than just showing up.
Multiple rabid people lumber out of the darkness behind the two unaware men, advancing toward them step by twitchy step.
Yeah, speaking of showing up, where's this Santa Claus you promised? My little Alice has been going crazy all weekend about meeting him, even though we already took her to see the mall Santa last week. $50 those pictures cost me now.
Maurice checks his watch.
They should be here by now.
As the rabid people close in on the potential victims, a blast of gospel music erupts from within the church, drawing their attention to the side door Maurice left ajar. The rabbits veer off, shambling into the open door.
Isn't it kind of, I don't know, sacrilegious to bring Santa Claus into a church? Doesn't his presence sort of undermine the reason for the season?
I can get behind that idea. But if we can use Santa to bring children who don't know the Lord into his house, I'd say that's a good thing. And being without parents of their own, these children need hope more than most.
Yeah, you're a good man, Maurice.
Thank you, brother.
The wailing siren of the fire truck fills the night, drowning out the screams beginning to emerge from the church.
Speak of the devil. Here comes the... I lost my place. Here comes Santa Claus.
The two men watch as the lights of the truck approach the church and then go flying past it.
They missed the dang turn.
Looks like we're getting a Santa-free Christmas after all, Pastor.
Pastor Maurice watches the truck fade into the distance.
I hope no one's hurt.
Looks like we're getting a Santa-free... Oh, wait, I said that. Little Alice is going to be pissed.
I better go break the news. Excuse me, brother.
Maurice turns and heads back inside. The smoking man stares at something out of frame that has caught his eye.
Damn tweakers. Get the hell away from my car, you freaks.
The smoking man walks toward his car off camera. Back at the dive bar, close on a pair of Santa Claus boots and legs.
Hey guys. Sorry to interrupt. It's like 12:30 here.
It is.
A little bit late for me. I gotta get to bed.
Sleep tight, Josh. Thanks for coming on and hanging out with us for a while.
Thanks for having me. It was fun. I'd love to do it again sometime.
ASAP. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Josh. It was good seeing you, bro.
Yeah, you too.
Great.
We'll start earlier next time.
Yeah, you too, guys. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Slick. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Catch you later, bro.
Okay, I will take over the role of Pastor Maurice. He's going to suddenly turn into a heavyset black man. So get ready. Just don't want you to be confused here. It's not Jimmy Swaggart anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Close on a pair of Santa Claus boots and legs, shuffling toward the bathroom door. Should we check the chat for a minute?
Yeah.
We should probably check the chat. See what's going on in there. Let me just stop sharing for a second. Everyone can take a 5-minute break to take a pee or something. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
We got 3 people in there. Listening intently. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how they're feeling about it so far. I'm going to go find out right now. Dead air. That's called dead air. Usually it's Jim that points that out.
We got dead air.
I wonder who it'll be. Zach Hawkins, Bean from PA.
We got Mecca Studios in the chat.
Oh, nice.
Danku artist. Follow him on Twitter. Yeah, he's got some hella good art.
He's got
Mecca
art.
Yeah, it's dank. It's always dank. It's freaking fantastic. We had Avid Comics Reader in the chat for a little bit.
Nice.
Mad shout outs to you guys for showing up.
Yeah. We'll just keep going then if you guys want us to. We'll just keep it going here. We'll just keep it going, whether they want us to or not. They don't
keep it going.
You know. Sorry to be a dick about it.
Yeah, baby.
Mecca is still here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Tony is just finishing up at the urinal when the door slams against the wall. Oh, this is in the bathroom at the dive bar, just so we're clear. Yeah. Tony is just finishing up at the urinal when the door slams against the wall, causing even the grisly biker to jump, if only by a hair. Another drunk Santa stumbles in. Happy holidays, buddy.
Yep.
The biker zips his flying moose to the door, not bothering to wash his hands. Tony steps out of the bathroom to discover a group of drunken Santas infesting his favorite watering hole.
What the hell?
He returns to his spot at the bar. A beer and a shot are waiting for him.
I missed something still.
Santa Claus pub crawl. It's a big city thing. Guess it finally trickled its way down here.
Yeah, well, tell him to beat it. I can't drink with all these jolly good times happening around me.
You really are a miserable bastard, Tony. You know that?
Everyone needs a Scrooge with a criminal record.
There's got to be something in the world that makes you happy. Tony stares at Stella's exceptional cleavage.
Well, I can think of two things that make me happy.
Yeah, let me know when you find something else. Stella walks down the bar to help another patron. Tony stares at her ass as she goes. He calls after her.
Found another one.
She glances back and rolls her eyes at him. Tony takes the shot of whiskey in one gulp and sips on his beer. The front door bursts open and the drunken schmuck he took down earlier stands there. 2 more drunken Santas with him. He points to Tony, who immediately chugs his beer as the 3 approach. Hey, Ryder, you lay your hands on my friend here? Tony finishes his beer and burps deeply in response. Hey, I asked you a question, tough guy. He smacks Tony in the arm. The biker smashes his empty pint glass over hard-ass Santa's head. The other 2 immediately jump on Tony. Other inebriated Santas jump into the fray, some to break it up and some to fight. Tony holds his own, but the situation is quickly getting out of hand. A shotgun blast freezes everyone in their places. They turn to discover Stella, leveling a sawed-off shotgun at them all. Bits of sheetrock fall from the fresh hole she blew in the ceiling. If your name is not on the sign out front, I suggest you get the hell out of here. Insert shot of the sign outside flashing Stella's Dive in neon. The word cocktails stays lit beneath it. Right now, folks. The Santas immediately pick up their wounded and step to the door, more than ready to get to the safety of the next stop on their pub crawl. Tony, however, stays put.
Damn, woman. I never knew you had it in you.
It's rock salt. Easier on the ceiling. Look, Tony, you better clear out of here, too. Someone usually calls the cops every time I do that.
He smiles.
He smiles.
You trying to protect me?
Chalk it up to maternal instinct. Tony grabs his jacket and heads for the door. He turns back.
Thanks, Stella.
Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
Humbug.
Tony exits the bar and walks to his chopper, climbing on. He prepares to start it, but his foot lowers to the ground slowly. He steps off his bike, distracted by something down the street.
What the hell are they doing now?
The pub crawl Santas are fighting some people down the street. He squints, looking closer. His eyes grow wide as he sees a rabid citizen tear the flesh from the neck of a Santa. A hand reaches for him from behind, grabbing his shoulder. Tony jumps and spins around. Back in the dive bar, close up on 2 sets of feet and legs shuffling out of the bathroom. Stella wipes down the bar. She looks up at the sound of the feet dragging along the floor. I thought I told y'all to get the hell out of here. Outside the dive bar, Tony fights off 2 factory workers gone rabid. The large, bloodthirsty men snarl and bite at him, but aren't exactly working as a team in their rabid state. Tony flips open a hidden compartment on his Harley and pulls out a .357 Magnum. He blasts each guy straight through the heart. They look down at the holes in their chest, and then back to Tony. They snarl, step toward him.
Impossible.
He raises the gun again and puts a hole through each of their heads. They collapse to the ground. He breathes heavy, racking his brain for an explanation. His eyes flash and he turns back to the building.
Stella!
Tony bursts through the door of the dive bar.
Stella! Stella! Ah, Stella!
She stands behind the bar. 2 rabid construction workers tear at her flesh, ripping her throat out with their teeth. Kill me, Tony.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Knowing it's too late to save her, he puts a slug in her head. The construction workers eating her growl angrily and turn their attention to him. Tony empties his revolver, blasting each one right between the eyes for their trouble. Seconds later, back outside the dive bar, Tony hops on his motorcycle as quick as he can, revs it up, and burns rubber down the road, driving through the bloody, dismembered carnage of the half-eaten pub crawl Santas lying in the street. Rabid flesh eaters futilely reach out for him as he speeds by. Outside a shopping mall, twilight. A skinny Santa in a sloppy, ill-fitting suit stands outside the entrance to the mall, ringing a bell for the Salvation Army bucket. His stringy hippie hair hangs out from under his cap, and his scruffy facial hair is evident beneath the cheap beard. People walk past, ignoring the plea to help the needy. The skinny Santa slips the bell into his pocket, takes the bucket down, and walks to the side of the building. He nonchalantly pulls a blunt from his pocket while he walks. Time for some of Santa's special mistletoe. He turns the corner, discovering Noel and Steven standing there with Esteban, who will now be played by our lovely neighborhood ninja, the cute-looking 18-year-old Hispanic kid with a shaggy college boy haircut Noel has a crush on. Alongside Steven is his boyfriend, Christopher, a dark-skinned African-American with short hair and a roundish face. What's up, teeny boppers?
Hey, Dave. What's going on?
You know him?
So, should I play both parts?
I mean, if you want to, or I can take over. I can play as many parts.
I can do it.
Okay, if you can do it.
I think I can do it.
Okay, if you think you can do it.
Let's try it.
Because they're going to be together the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I understand that.
I just
Do
want
you
you to
want
be
me to
prepared
play
for
one
that.
of them or not?
Oh,
I never
think
want you
I
to
got
play
this.
a woman with that voice, Jim. No, you play a tough guy.
If you want, it's not a problem.
Yes, it
You're not
is.
going to be able to keep that up.
I don't know, maybe. Who knows?
I'll just go ahead and play it. That's fine.
I'll just
No,
go ahead
okay,
and
you
play
go
it.
ahead and play it because I'm
It's
going to have to play
great. All the
Carol through
time
the
you
whole
can
thing.
talk if you want. All the time, it's just a girl thing.
You know him?
You're gonna play Christopher.
Me?
Yep. You're
Okay.
Christopher to my Steven. So we'll let Ninja just play Noel and Esteban. He can talk to himself this whole movie.
Okay.
You know him? Oh, yeah. He was always at the skate park. Dave, this is Noel. Stephen and Christopher. Guys, this is Dave.
You ring the bell for Sally's Army, huh? For sure, dude. Clangs his bell. You guys smoke?
No.
Me either.
I would, but the Gap still does random UAs.
Don't mind if I do. He lights the blunt, the embers threatening to ignite his fake beard.
Be careful there.
No worries.
We'll have to call the fire department.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me of this stupid joke Melissa told me. Dave inhales deeply, then lets it out before having a coughing fit.
You okay?
That's some good shit. I could do this all day for $12 an hour. Essie? He offers the joint to Esteban. Esteban hooks his thumb in his Orange Julius apron and holds it out.
I'm cool, man. I'm on the job.
Right on. Anyways, so this woman's house is on fire and she calls 911 and says, "Help, my house is on fire." And the operator replies, "All right, ma'am, just calm down and tell me how we get there." And the woman says, "Duh, a big red truck." Esty and Noel laugh.
That was so stupid.
It's funny. Little kids who visit us at the North Pole love it.
So, Noel, does Santa Claus still want you to show you his North Pole?
Ugh.
That's so gross. Shut up. What are you guys talking about?
He doesn't sound Hispanic. He just is Hispanic.
Oh,
He's American.
he's
He sounds
American.
like a cute kid. He's just a cute kid. Noel gives Steven a panicked look. Nothing. Don't worry about it. So anyway, Esteban, there's a party at Tommy Richards tomorrow night, and we need you to come so Noel doesn't get bored.
Stephen, really? Would you? Sure, it sounds great. Should I pick you up or something, Noel? I just mean, if you need a ride or whatever.
Of course she needs a ride. That shitty Pontiac her parents spotter is always breaking down on the way to important functions.
What are you...
Shut up. He's picking you up at 6.
6? Yeah, I can. I can be there at 6 for sure. Yeah.
Esteban looks at his watch.
Oh crap! My break's over. I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, great. Merry Christmas, you guys.
He races back to work as Steven looks at his own watch. Shit, we're late too. Walk us back?
Sure. I still got a few minutes.
Did you get the stuff from Twinks?
Shit. I forgot all about it.
Christopher, I reminded you all last week.
We close up half an hour early. I'll do it as soon as I get off.
You might as well forget about it. They're sold out by now.
Maybe not.
Get real, sweetheart. It's Christmas Eve at Twinks. They probably don't have a butt plug left on the shelf.
We've got to go, Stephen. Nice to meet you, Dave.
Right on. Hang loose. He gives them the old surfer hand signal and takes another toke as they walk back around the corner. Dave turns his head and exhales the smoke, noticing a thin man lurking in the shadows. He holds the blunt out as a peace offering. What's up, my man? Want a toke? The thin man says nothing. Serious? What's up then, dude? The thin man stares silently from the shadows. Oh, I get it. Nah, man, I don't do that shit. I just smoke. There's still no response. Seriously, dude? You're kind of freaking me out, bro. Dave looks down at the red bucket of money in his hand, then back to the thin man. Fucking forget it, tweaker. I'll fuck you up, man. The thin man steps forward. All right, dude. You want it? Come and get it. The rabid thin man races at him from the shadows. The skinny Santa swings the metal collection bucket, smashing the rabbit in the face. The infected man staggers to the side but doesn't go down. Instead, he straightens up, giving the stoner his first good look at the thin man's emaciated face, bubbling with green pus-filled boils. What the fuck, dude? The man monster attacks. Outside the fire station, it is now night. The fire truck screeches to a halt in front of the open bay doors. Nate and Bill, still in his fireman Santa garb, slide out of the truck and move into the station immediately. Inside, multiple bodies are strewn about the floor of the bay. Random people are knelt over them.
Oh, no.
Nate yanks one of the random people off of a body. Hey, what's the deal? Nate breathes a sigh of relief at seeing it's just a good Samaritan tending to a victim of the rabid onslaught.
Sorry, I thought you were,
Nate? Carol tends to an injured man with help from a companion.
What happened here?
I don't know exactly. There's like a riot or something going on, and all the emergency circuits are busy, so folks just started bringing the injured here.
It's not a riot. It's just people attacking people. There's something wrong with them. You can't tell just by looking at them. Their eyes are all, you can tell just by looking at them. Their eyes are all fucked.
Where are Jim and Alan?
They didn't make it. Those crazy people, they ripped them apart.
Ripped them apart?
Yeah. Ripped them apart with their hands and their teeth.
Oh my God. It's got to be a virus or something.
You called it in, right?
There was no response. I was about to try again. Then they all started showing up and, well...
What do you mean there was no response?
The line was busy. I haven't had a chance to try again.
Busy? That ain't right. Try again. As for those people here, we send home the ones with minor injuries. Tell them to stay inside. We'll do what we can for the rest. But something weird's going on here. Until we can make contact with those. Until we can make contact with the local police or the boys at county, we need to protect ourselves. Let's get those bay doors shut.
A woman lets out a horrifying scream behind them. Her injured male companion has turned rabid and is attacking her.
Shit!
Bill and Nate rush to her assistance. The remaining civilians watch in stunned silence. The woman's enraged male companion fights with a ferocity that Nate and Bill can't contain.
Keep him distracted, Nate.
How?
Bill races to fire truck number 2, still parked in the bay, and frees a fire axe. What are you doing, Bill?
Saving our asses.
He plunges the axe into the back of the rabid man's head. Blood sprays and the man's body falls limp to the floor. You killed him!
He was trying to kill us.
Another civilian casualty suddenly awakens, rabid and hungry. He attacks the man next to him, tearing the flesh off of the poor guy's arm and gnawing on it. Chaos erupts in the engine bay, and the civilians race for cover, some screaming as they run to the street. More rabids, shuffling up the road, hear the cries of terror and move in, attacking the horrified citizens. Nate grabs a fire axe of his own and takes down the rabid civilian casualty, chewing on the hunk of flesh. Another rabid casualty awakens and grabs at Carol's ankles. Nate and Bill hack away to save her from the undead cannibal's grasp. The street rabids notice the fresh flesh in the fire station and move hungrily toward them.
Bill, the door!
The firefighter in the bloody Santa suit rushes to the controls and activates the bay doors, but they're too slow. The street rabids move into the station. Bill and Nate do what they can to stop them, swinging axes furiously. One rabid makes it under the door just as it closes, but another gets caught halfway, and the door cuts him in two. That doesn't stop the hungry monster, though. The severed man crawls toward the firefighters, despite not having any legs. The crawling rabid the crawling rabbit catches Nate by surprise, grabbing his ankles and causing him to drop his axe. He watches it slide across the floor to Beal's feet. The two men make eye contact, both with a warrior's eyes of steel. Bill scoops up the second axe and strikes a cool dual axe pose. He lets out a battle cry and charges to the rescue. The fireman Santa wades his way through the pack of rabbits, separating them, and swings his axe just as the crawling rabbit bares its teeth to tear into Nate's face. The living corpse's head flies across the bay and the body falls limp.
Thanks.
Carol screams behind them. Another rabbit has her in its clutches. In one fluid motion, Bill turns and throws the axe. It sinks into the head of the rabbit, who drops to the floor. Nate pushes the headless corpse off of himself and stands. The firefighters scan the station. It looks safe. Finally, a flock of rabbits outside scratch at the metal bay doors, hoping to claw their way in. We have to get out of here.
Let's take the second engine.
He motions to fire truck number 2 parked in the bay.
And end up sitting ducks for those things outside while we wait for the door to open?
We can ram the door.
Not from a parked position. It'll give those things time to climb on board.
Then we let them in.
Are you crazy, Nate? Look at what those things did to people.
No, we let them in and we lock them in. Then we take the truck that's outside.
Now that is a good idea.
Carol, you open the door. I'm sorry. Carol, you open the door one just enough. Carol, you open door 1 just enough for them to crawl through. Then Bill and I can take them out one at a time while they're still on all fours. When it gets too heavy, you drop it down again and we'll all slip out the side door.
Carol nods and walks to the far side of bay door 2, where the controls are. She presses the button and lets door 1 come up 2 feet. Rabbits outside immediately crawl in. Nate and Bill take them down at the neck as they come. The rabbits push their way in faster. 2 even manage to get to their feet. Nate drops one quick, but the other sees Carol and races straight for her. Bill throws his axe, catching the thing in the back just in the nick of time. He hurries over, smiling at his prowess with the weapon. You're getting pretty good at that, Captain.
No need to worry, children. Santa and his trusty axe are here.
He laughs and pulls the axe from the fallen rabbit's back, then slices its head off.
Ho, 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 Carol.
You're getting pretty good at that, too. He laughs again out of nowhere. A boil-faced rabbit drops from the top of fire engine 2, right on top of Bill in his Santa suit. The thing tears into the fire captain's flesh, ripping into his stomach and chewing on his guts.
Carol, run!
Nate races to her as more rabbits pour into the station.
We gotta go!
He takes the controls and presses the button to close the bay door, just as fresh rabbits get to their feet. He takes her hand and pulls her from the grisly scene.
Run! Run!
Nate and Carol slip around the side of the second fire truck and out the side door. Outside, all is quiet. They scan left and right for more of the hungry beasts. They're safe for the moment.
Come on.
They sneak to the edge of the building and peer around the corner. 3 rabbits claw at the bay doors. Nate slips the truck keys from his pocket and hands them to Carol.
You get the truck going. I'll take care of them.
They stealthily move around the corner. Carol heads for the driver's door while Nate takes his fire axe to the oblivious rabbits. They don't see him coming until it's too late. He drops them one after the other and climbs into the passenger seat as Carol turns the engine over. Where to?
My plan only got us this far. Where do you think?
Anywhere but here.
Sounds good to me.
She puts the rig in gear and pulls away from the station. Inside the station, we track through the trapped rabbits milling about inside, incapable of rationalizing an exit strategy, and come to rest on the body of Bill in his fireman Santa suit. His eyes flash open, now a haunting, opaque yellow. Outside on the street, sorry.
Hey, give me 2 minutes here.
2 minute break. 2 minute warning. 2 minute warning. Okay, we'll stop sharing for a second. We'll go see what's going on with all of our homies.
What's going on?
That's correct, Jim. You to sing for the people, Jimmy. Sing for the people. Tell them about Little Girl Lethal. Let's plug your book for a minute, because Jim makes this amazing book with a naked woman in it. You know, there's copies. You can get a copy without her being naked, but you know, you don't want that, fellas. You know, trust me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's pretty close to being naked, even so.
I saw all the parts of her.
So
Let me just say, for this book, she got a haircut, and I'm not talking about on her head.
Yes, there's that. Yeah, it's called Little Girl Lethal for anybody who's listening to this. It's on Indiegogo currently. We're sitting about $16,000, a little bit over. And we're still selling. We'll be selling up until the end of the month. And then we'll be in demand if you wanted to still pick it up after that. Some of the perks won't be available after that, though. It's a story about a very damaged young girl. She's had in her youth some very harsh experiences that have caused her to be fairly broken in her psyche. But she is rescued by an assassin who takes out the person that was keeping her captive at that point. And then he takes her home and basically makes her his daughter and teaches her how to be a killer like him. And at a certain point in her maturation, she begins to take revenge. And we pick up with her escapades in a town called Lost Peaks. It's a big megalopolis, and it's like the wickedest city of her world. And she goes about searching for the people who had kept her captive and had abused her and taking her vengeance. But in doing so, she weakens the system that kind of controls the city and the city, because it's powerful, controls the rest of the world, and shakes the foundations of everything. And so there we go. There's a lot more to it. It's not just a cardboard cutout of a pretty girl doing nasty things. She is a fully fleshed out character, as it were. Anyway, that's it.
That was an excellent synopsis for Little Girl Lethal, now available on Indiegogo.com. Just type in Little Girl Lethal, and you will find it with the greatest of ease.
Or you can check the links in the chat.
There are links in the chat. There are links in the chat.
If you are in the chat. How many people we got in the chat right now?
We have 3 people in the chat.
3 diehards. We love you guys.
But anybody who rewatches this video, that link will still be there.
Ooh.
Congratulations. Ooh. The link will continue to be in the chat.
So are we continuing now?
Did you want to continue now? Are you ready to continue now? I'm ready to continue now with Rabid Santa. Did you notice my homage to the 10 Commandments up here in the corner of the concept art?
It's very homage-y.
It is very homage-y, extremely homage-y. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted. That's what I like. There's Pastor Maurice in the front seat. Now this is Carol. This is Jimmy's character right here. Tony.
That's the biker, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Here we have one of the Rabid Santas.
Where's Nate?
Nate, you can't see Nate. You know, we'll get into that here in just a little bit. You know.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I will now continue to play the role of Pastor Maurice, previously played by Josh, the amazing animator, who chose to take the liberty of making him more of a Jimmy Swaggart sort of a pastor. I am going to play him as I envisioned him when I wrote it, which is as a large African-American gentleman from Arkansas.
All right, then.
On the street, a blood-drenched Pastor Maurice wanders in the middle of the road, an equally dazed Mary Lynn at his side. The speeding fire truck rounds the corner and slams on the brakes, narrowly avoiding the poor pastor and the lone survivor of his congregation. Nate sticks his head out the passenger's window.
Father Maurice?
Nate, where were you? The children, Nate. Oh, Lord. Firefighters slip out of the truck. Are you all right? Maurice notices the blood he's covered in for the first time. Yes, it's not mine. They were eating my congregation. Oh, the children, Nate. The children. Nate looks him hard in the eyes.
Were you bitten?
What? Nate tightens his grip on the fire axe in his hand.
Have you been bitten?
No.
Good. Good. What about you, ma'am?
I don't think so. Nate studies her cautiously. Nate, we've got company. Up the road, a group of rabbits shuffle down toward them.
Great. Well, if you're not one of these things, I'd suggest you get in the rig right now.
Maurice and Mary Lynn don't hesitate to climb aboard. Where are we going? As far from here as we can. Hold on to something. She hits the gas and heads straight for the rabbits, shambling their way. 10 yards before she slams into the hungry cannibals, a motorcycle rounds the corner, coming straight at the fire engine. Carol swerves, skids sideways, and takes out 6 of the walking corpses with the side of the truck.
Shit.
Tony swerves his chopper out of the way just in time to avoid a permanent dirt nap. A duffel bag falls from the back of his Harley, and he skids to a stop, drops his kickstand, and dismounts quickly. He takes out the 4 remaining roamers, which would be the rabbits, with a pump-action shotgun. So badass, he only needs 2 shells for the job. The Lord has decided not to call us home tonight. So far. Why is it... Oh.
Why is it when society breaks down, traffic laws are always the first thing to go?
Carol jumps from the truck, yelling at Tony. Hey, dickwad! I know it's everyone for themselves right now, but how about next time you stay the hell out of the way of the 20-ton truck before you get everybody killed? Tony throws the shotgun into a back holster with one hand and pulls his .357 Magnum with the other, pointing it straight at Carol's face. He fires. Carol jumps, and the sneaky roamer behind her falls dead.
Mind your mouth, little lady, or I might mistake you for one of those things. They're kind of snappy, too.
Tony moves toward the duffel bag at Carol's feet. She picks it up. He steadies his Magnum on her once more. This time, there's no mistaking where he's pointing it.
I wouldn't, Missy.
There's no need for that. Well, we're all on the same side here.
Actually, she seems to be impeding my progress on this most unusual of nights. So whose side is she on?
Carol.
She holds the bag out for Tony. He doesn't hesitate to snatch it away.
Way to use your head, smarty pants.
He holsters his revolver. Where you headed, stranger?
Someplace safe. If you ain't noticed, this town's gone to shit.
Yeah, we noticed. You have any ideas what's going on here?
No clue. Bunch of fucked up crazies ripping people apart with their bare hands. Must be on bath salts or some crazy new street drug.
You said you have somewhere safe to go? You said you have somewhere safe we can go?
No. I have someplace safe I can go.
Nate swings the axe at Tony's head. The outlaw barely ducks out of the way in time. The axe sinks deep into the skull of another sneaky roamer, coming up behind the biker. The flesh eater falls to its knees. Nate yanks the axe from the thing's skull and swings it once more, finishing the job.
Thanks.
Maybe teamwork isn't such a bad idea.
Interesting theory. Sounds like a great way to get killed.
We need one another.
No, you need me. Maybe this axe-wielding badass here.
He thumbs Nate's direction.
But all the rest of you... Hold it, sorry. But all the rest of you just get in the way and slow me down. And anybody who wants to live ain't got no time for that.
We managed so far. Tony studies each member of the group, then the fire truck.
I must admit, that rig does seem like it'd be hard for these flesh-eating freaks to take down.
When's the last time you say somebody roll a fire? What?
Sorry, that should say saw.
When's the last time you saw somebody roll a fire truck?
You got a point there. All right. What are you suburbanites thinking of holding up?
We hadn't really. How about the mall?
I hate the fucking mall. Sounds like a terrible idea.
Why? We could barricade ourselves in. There's plenty of food, too. And the bed store, where we could all get some rest. A little sleep does sound good.
You want to wake up with one of those things gnawing at you?
Maurice shivers at the thought.
We can all sleep when we're dead.
Not anymore. Tony chuckles.
Got a point there, too.
There's security fences that come down on the store entrances. It'd be safe at night.
And we can take shifts staying up just to make sure.
Tomorrow, huh?
Well, there's always the jail. It'd be safe there.
All right, tomorrow it is. Besides, it's Christmas Eve. The place is probably dead by now.
Inside the shopping mall department store, late-minute shoppers roam around, going through the few items left that are worth a damn. Close-up on black boots and red pants dragging their way through the store. A red metal bucket clangs to the ground. We jib up to reveal Dave, the skinny Santa, but he's not Dave anymore. His eyes are milked over, and a green, goo-filled boils bubble on his face. He turns and attacks a shopping grandmother. Meanwhile, at the North Pole set in the shopping mall, our teenage elves are taking pictures of the last kid in line to see the mall Santa. A flashbulb pops. All right, that's the last one, Santa. Finally. You hear him, you little booger eater? Get the hell out of here and try not to piss the bed waiting for me tonight. The last kid, confused by Santa's word, takes Steven's hand, who leads him to his mother. The pictures will be ready in only 5 minutes. She'll have them right down there. Mall Santa pulls a flask from his jacket and takes a swig. I hate these little bastards so much. Takes another gulp and looks at Steven. You know what I'm talking about, Gacy Bait. You're never having any little fuck trophies. What? I mean, maybe you will. They still let you people adopt Korean kids and shit like that, right? You need to stop drinking. We still got like 20 minutes. Give me that, Santa. Steven yanks the flask away and sniffs it. Good Lord. What is this? Paint thinner? Beefeater. Gin? It's London Dry, Hermie. Steven shrugs his shoulders and takes a shot. There you go, Mary. Finally cut loose a little. Give some to your jailbait friend there. Pipe it, you old pervert. Yeah. If any more of them kids come, make them wait. Santa's got to take a dump. The old Yule log, so to speak. Steven rolls his eyes and takes another swig before walking over to Noelle, who is giving the mother her child's photos.
There's your picture package. And have yourself a merry little Christmas.
The mother smiles and leads her child away. Here we go, Noelle. 15 minutes left.
Merry Christmas, Steven. Thanks for getting me the job. It was really fun. Even with Kris Kringle being a total creep.
We could do it again for Easter. You'd look just as sexy in the bunny ears and pink spandex.
Oh, Steven, I love you.
I love you too, girl. Did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Hey, Noelle.
Estevan stands 20 paces from them, happily waving to her.
I think I did.
Her face suddenly turns to a worried expression. Security guards brush past Estevan, almost knocking him over. Out of the way! The security guards race past the North Pole, heading toward the department store entrance at the West End.
What do you think that's about? More shoplifters?
I guess.
What's going on? We don't know. Weird. So, hey, Noelle, you're not going to believe this. My car won't start. I think I forgot to put antifreeze in it or something. Would you give me a ride home? Yeah, definitely. Awesome. I was wondering if we could stop by Walmart. I still have to get my mom something.
You didn't buy your mother anything yet? You're a bad boy, Estevan. Estevan makes a funny face.
A real rebel, I know. So, hey, where are you going to go out for track again in February? Because I could swear I saw you practicing on the field the other day. I was thinking about it. You should. You're totally going to win the javelin competition at state this year. What about what about you? Are you going to repeat? 2-time champion in the 100-meter dash. Coach Bellwether sure seems to think I can do it. So do I.
He smiles. A sudden outburst of screams from the west end of the mall break the tranquility of the scene. What the hell is going on around here?
Is that your friend Dave?
Esty squints, leading a horde of rabid shoppers out of this department store, is a rabid skinny Santa, chewing on the severed arm of some unfortunate victim.
Oh boy. This is definitely bad.
15 paces in front of Dave and his rabid minions, Steven's boyfriend, Christopher, walks out of a store, shopping bag in hand. Everything slows down. Christopher turns to the other teenagers, oblivious to the nightmare behind him. He sees Steven and waves happily. He lifts the bag to show off that he got the stuff from Twinks. No! Christopher! Skinny Santa and the rabid shoppers overwhelm Christopher from behind. Everything returns to normal speed. The rabbits literally tear Christopher in half right in front of them.
Whoa, this is heavy. We have to run.
Steven turns and screams at Estevan. You're fucking hippie skater, buddy. Just stay my boyfriend.
What? I don't... He's just an acquaintance. We have to run.
She grabs Steven's arm and yanks to the east. Shopping mall. Santa's workshop. Inside the private area of the North Pole set, Mall Santa takes a pole off a bottle of Beefeater and undoes his big Santa belt buckle, pulling his red pants down to his knees. Fuck yes, finally some privacy for old Saint Dick. He moves a slider on the wall, revealing a peephole. There it is. He stares at Noelle's spandex-clad ass and begins masturbating. Oh yeah, you nasty little elf. No, we won't tell Mrs. Claus. Fuck no. He growls a laugh while pleasuring himself to the girl. Through the peephole, we see Noelle yank Steven's arm.
Come on.
The three teenagers run out of Mall Santa's line of sight. Oh, what the fuck, you bitch. Come on. He searches for another piece of ass to peep on. Oh shit, yes, here we go. Through the peephole, we see two sexy women bent over, their round asses straight up in the air for Mall Santa's pleasure. Ho, 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 ho. Look at that. One woman's miniskirt is riding up, and you can see her thong just barely showing. What a fucking ho-ho-whore. Show off your shit in public, you dirty little bitch. Oh, yeah. Just as Mall Santa really starts getting worked up, the women stand and turn, looking his way. Blood covers their mouths. What the fuck? There's a bang at the door of Santa's workshop. Santa jumps. What the fuck? Who the fuck is it? Santa's busy building toys for all the children. There's no answer, just more banging. Santa angrily yanks his pants back up and fastens his belt. Son of a bitch, motherfucking bastards can't give a guy 5 fucking minutes to bust a... Mall Santa throws open the door to his workshop. What do you want, nosy motherfucker? Standing at the door is Skinny Santa. Wrong workshop, dickhead. Beat it. Mall Santa notices the pus bubbles on Skinny Santa's face. What the hell's wrong with your face, you fucking druggie? A boil pops. Green goo splatters across Mall Santa's face. What the fuck? I'm gonna kill you, asshole! Mall Santa pulls back his fist, but before he can launch, Skinny Santa attacks. They fall to the ground. 6 more rabid shoppers pile into Santa's workshop for Christmas dinner. Elsewhere in the mall, Noelle, Steven, and Estevan race through the mall, running as fast from the west end as they can. They reach Target, the farthest store to the east, and slide to a stop on the tile floor.
Ho, ho, no.
Rabid fireman Santa, axe in hand, leads the rabid pub crawl Santas into the mall.
My car's parked on the other entrance, by the movie theater.
Then what the hell did we run down here for? They turn and run as Fireman Santa and his snarling rabid compatriots follow. At the fitness center in the shopping mall, Estevan and the gang discover all hell is broken loose outside the mall's fitness center. Exercise enthusiasts pour out of the entrance, running for their lives and screaming wildly. A naked rabbit with a massive dong runs from the fitness center's locker room and into the mall. The nude zombie jumps onto the back of a spandex sporting fatty and tears a chunk of flesh from the screaming fat man's neck.
This is really happening.
Estevan pulls his iPhone out and records a video of the madness. Now that's a summer sausage for the holidays. Yowzers. The naked rabbit stands up, mouth covered in blood. It chases another gym rat, massive dong swinging to and fro as it runs. I need to spend more time at the gym. Skinny Santa and his rabid shoppers quickly approach from the mall's west end. Rabid Santas are everywhere.
Can we go, please? All right.
They turn and run to the central entrance, pushing through the doors as quickly as they can. Outside the shopping mall, Noelle points to her Pontiac, about 60 yards from the entrance.
There.
They run for it. Out of nowhere, a fire truck speeds into the parking lot with a motorcycle hot on its tails. The fire truck is going way too fast and slams into Noelle's car, sending it flying. The teenagers stop running. Noelle lets out a sigh of relief.
It's finally dead. Now my dad has to buy me a new one.
Nate leans out the passenger window.
That wasn't yours, was it? It was.
Sorry.
It's fine. I hated that car. So, hey, listen. You're probably not going to believe this, but flesh-eating zombies? Yeah, actually, yeah. How did you... They're everywhere. Oh, so the mall is,
infested with those things.
Go to the mall. We can get some sleep. It's safe. Yeah, right. I knew this idea sucked.
Why would you go to the mall? Haven't you ever watched a single zombie movie? You never go to the mall. Whose bright idea was that?
They all look at Mary Lynn. If the mall ain't the place to be, then why y'all here?
We work here.
You're Santa's little helpers. You took my little girl's pictures last week.
Great. So, are you guys here to help us or what? What's going on in there? There's a bunch of Rabid Santas eating everyone they can get their hands on, see?
He points to the central entrance. Rabid Santas pour out of the mall. Fireman Santa and Skinny Santa leading the charge.
Is that Bill?
It sure is. Can we get out of here?
Smart thinking, Preach. Where to?
We all need to eat before too long.
Since everybody else is eating today, we might as well too.
We should go to the Walmart. I'll read
Walmart?
it again. We should go to the Walmart.
Walmart? Walmart? Zombies always congregate at places they remember from when they were alive. Walmart's like 21st century version of a mall. That's just as dumb as coming here.
They all cast a judgmental look Mary Lynn's way. What about that little burger joint down by the waterfront? I could go for a burger right now. Wherever it is, we better move it. The Santas are getting closer. Everyone climbs aboard the fire truck. Carol punches it and they make their escape, followed by Tony on his Harley. Fireman Santa and Skinny Santa come to a stop as their meal drives away. The other rabbits stopping behind them. Fireman Santa gets an odd look on his face, as if he hears someone calling his name. He slowly turns and looks back to the mall, then walks toward it, the others following behind. Inside the shopping mall, we track through a series of shots highlighting the carnage that has occurred inside the shopping center, ending at the North Pole set. Sitting on his chair, as if it's a royal throne, is the now rabid Mall Santa. Other rabbits approach him, as if waiting to hear their instructions. Fireman Santa and Skinny Santa stand at the front of the line. Mall Santa's unwavering generals for this night of holiday horrors. Outside the burger bar, later, the small mom-and-pop burger joint sits quiet and unlit in the night. The fire truck rumbles toward it. Nate points to the new location.
There it is. I don't see too many biters down here either.
Not yet, anyway. Nate motions for Tony to pull up alongside them.
What's going on?
We're going to park it at the hotel and backtrack on foot. See if we can keep them hungry masses guessing. You want to rev it up and see if you can get any of them to follow you the other way for a minute? Give us a chance to get the group inside?
Yeah, We can do that, I suppose.
He falls back again. Outside the hotel, seconds later, Kara pulls the truck into the mostly empty parking lot and kills the engine. A few hotel rabbits appear from the shadows, shuffling their way toward them. Tony rumbles around the corner, walking the bike and revving the motor loudly. The hotel rabbits take notice.
Come on, you sons of bitches. Dinner time.
He waits for the hungry undead to get within 10 yards. Then he accelerates the bike, driving slowly to keep them following. More rabbits slip out of the shadows to follow along.
It's safe. Let's go.
The group exits the truck and moves as a unit up the street. The group rounds the corner and cautiously moves to the back of the burger bar joint. From out of the dumpster enclosure, 3 homeless men appear, coming straight for them. Change! Change! Oh my God, watch out! Nate goes to work, brutally putting down the men. Nate, what are you doing?
The same thing I've been doing all night, Carol. Keeping us alive.
But he spoke.
They do that sometimes, especially when they want brains.
But he said change, not brains.
What? Wait. But that means...
He looks at the 3 dead men at his feet.
Shit!
That's certainly a fresh perspective on how to deal with the homeless population.
How are we going to get in?
Let me give it a go. The large pastor thrusts his weight into the back door. It doesn't budge. He tries again. Still nothing. Dang.
I got it.
Nate kicks the door fiercely. Doesn't move an inch.
That's got to be a reinforced or something. We should have brought a battering ram. We should have brought a battering ram from the truck.
Out of the way. Let me try for real. Maurice takes a running start at it, slamming his full force into the door. Damn! Oops, sorry, Lord. It doesn't move. I can shimmy the drain pipe. I'll check for an opening on the roof.
I'd make my way... It'd make way too much noise dismantling the fan. Trust me. My first high school job was here.
Maybe we should go somewhere else. Listen, they have a cafeteria, and I know we'd be safer at the hospital.
The hospital? Are you kidding me? You want to go to the hospital where sick people go? Where the heck are you from, lady?
Atlanta, young man.
Well, we're not going to the hospital, okay? That's totally insane.
And why exactly is that, my young friend?
Because it's where you go to die. And the dead are coming back to life. Why not just go to a mortuary or hide in a mausoleum? We're going in here. The dead don't like burgers and fries. They like brains. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Anybody know how to pick a lock?
Fucking right.
They all turn to see the badass biker who's undoubtedly picked a lock or two in his day standing right behind them. Swish pan too. The burger bar moments later. Tony angrily throws his lock-picking tools on the ground.
I don't understand. I've done this 500 friggin' times, man. Hell, I've been to prison for doing this shit. What kind of damn master lock is this?
Carol grabs the fire axe out of Nate's hand and shatters the drive-through window. She breaks off the remaining shards of the hanging glass and slips into the restaurant.
I should have thought of that.
A second later, the deadbolt clicks and the back door swings open. Carol, not needing the approval of the men, just puts her chin up and lets them walk past her into the safety of the burger joint. Nate goes last.
Good work, partner.
She smiles and follows them in, making sure to flip the lock back into place on her way. Inside the burger bar later, Noelle is cooking a couple more burgers and dropping some fries in the deep fryer while everyone else finishes their massive all-American Christmas Eve meal. You a heck of a cook, Noelle. What you doing Sunday afternoon?
For real, girl. The bacon was a great touch. Most people make it so crispy that it ain't good. It ain't good no more.
The secret is to take it off just when you start to think it might not kill you to eat it.
So now that everyone has had some dinner, may I ask a question? What the hell are we going to do?
We need to find some place secluded, like a hunting lodge or maybe a factory with a chain link fence. Barbed wire is good.
How about a military base outside of town? We'd be safe there.
Military base? Nah, that's a horrible idea. If there's some sort of outbreak or pandemic going on, the military either already knows, is in on it, or has been overthrown by renegade soldiers working for rogue agents involved in black ops espionage and are likely guilty of high treason. That is, if the federal government even survives.
He flashes wild conspiracy eyes at everyone.
You sure seem to know a lot about those things and what might be going on here, huh? Estevan, or Este for short.
How do you know so much about this stuff, young man?
I watch a lot of movies. Are you kidding? Don't be modest. Your work is great. You really think so? I love it.
He smiles, humbled by her honesty.
What the hell are you two kids babbling about?
Este has one of the top horror movie blogs on the web today, and he makes his own shorts.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like underwear?
Short films.
Damn hell. You make movies, kid?
Tony gives him a friendly smack in the arm.
Yeah.
Well, that's incredible. God, it's a regular Steven Spielberg here. Hey, you seen Night of the Living Dead?
Oh, that's a scary one.
Yeah, I love that one.
Oh yeah, that's
Wide-eyed, Esty holds his hands apart and shakes them, pantomiming a freak out over a truly epic movie.
Then
they.
Okay. Then they did that other one, the Return of the Living Dead. That one's great.
Oh yeah, for sure. Really took it to another level. A lot of nudity.
Esty's eyes go wide again.
Wow. Esty's making his own movie too. I was gonna try to shoot this summer. Chances are looking kind of slim now, though.
So, what do you think's going on here, Estevan?
If I had to take a stab at it, get it? A stab?
He makes a stabbing motion with his hand. There's not a snicker amongst the group.
Never mind. Tough crowd. My best guess would be a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie?
Apocalypse, yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Apocalypsis. Translated literally from Greek, it means uncovering, a divulgence of knowledge, a revelation. Biblically, it represents the end of an age and the ushering in of a new one.
Well, I got news for you there. Preach. God done fucked off out of this town hours ago. You're officially out of a job.
Sold your soul ages ago, huh, brother?
Got a good price for it, too.
Regardless of our personal beliefs or lack thereof, we're still in this together, and we still need to figure out what we're up against. Estevan, what do you know about those things?
Every zombie movie I've ever seen, and I've seen them all, stands a testimony that those things out there absolutely love loud noises. Yeah, that's true. Screams, sirens, car horns, gunshots. Those hungry corpses are attracted to them like moths to a porch light.
They were the instruments of their own demise.
What was that, Father?
That's Catholicism, Nate. I'm a pastor, not a priest. I was just thinking about my congregation. They can get pretty loud when they sing about the glory of the Lord. They must have drew them monsters right into the church, straight to them. Ain't nothing we can do about it now.
So they like loud noises. And bright lights.
Bright lights.
Yeah, I'll show y'all.
He moves to the dining area of the burger joint, and the rest follow suit. He points out the window.
Look.
Across the street, two mesmerized rabbits have their faces pressed against the glass of a closed convenience store's window, mesmerized by a flashing neon Budweiser sign.
That's why they were attracted to the station when we pulled in. I had the light panel lit up on the back from the accident.
I have to go right now.
Go? There's nowhere to run, Carol. They're already spread all over town. The entire country will be crawling with them by morning. Where do you want to go?
To my little girl. Carol is on the verge of tears, her motherly instincts overwhelming her. Nate lowers his head.
How do you plan on getting that? How do you plan on getting out of here, Toots?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. And I'm not letting these salivating spawns of the devil stop me.
Well, that was touching. It seems like a pretty safe place to hold up till morning, though. At least then we can see. At least then we can see the bastards. But if you figure out a better plan, just give a holler. In the meantime, I'm gonna see the boss. I'm gonna see if the boss keeps any booze in his office, starting to sober up.
Tony moves toward the manager's office. I think it'd be a good time to pray, Mary Lynn. Mary Lynn folds her hands and closes her eyes. Maurice looks to see if anyone else will join him. I need a milkshake. Carol heads toward the machine. Nate trails slowly behind, giving her a second to compose herself. Esty joins the pastor, followed by Noelle, who drags along Stephen. Noelle leans over to Esteban and whispers,
What do you think's going on everywhere else in town? Nothing good.
Closes his eyes to pray. Dissolve 2, small town, the Rabid Santa montage. Mischievous Christmas music plays as Rabid Santas wreak havoc upon the unsuspecting town people. A Rabid Santa comes down a chimney. A Rabid Santa wanders into a holiday party and is mistaken for a proper Santa. A Rabid Santa bursts through a picture window to get at a family gathered at the Christmas tree. A rabid fat Santa, tangled in an excessive light display, being futilely whacked at by a homeowner with a snow shovel. A rabid midget Santa in an outdoor nativity display, gnawing on the plastic baby Jesus. A group of rabid Santas dogpile onto a man pulling wrapped presents from the trunk of his car. A rabid Santa in someone's yard, snarling and snapping at plastic reindeer. A small child in a bed hears a noise downstairs, only to discover a rabid Santa with a sack of toys, except the toys are half of a corpse and a severed arm he's chewing on. Dissolve 2, the burger bar, minutes later. Carol jams the cup in her hand upward onto the blade nozzle and lets the milkshake machine go to work on her ice cream.
How are you holding up, Carol?
I'll be fine once I know my little girl's okay.
How old is she?
Just turned 4.
That's a good age.
Do you have kids, Nate?
Me? Nah. To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure where babies come from.
Well, when a man loves a woman very, very much.
So that's where I've been going wrong all this time.
Carol smiles at this.
So level with me. Do I have a shot or what?
Are you really hitting on me right now, Nate?
Bad timing?
They both laugh, moving closer to each other. He gently rubs her arms with his hands. She looks away, feigning shyness.
Carol?
She looks into his eyes. Their faces move closer. Oh, excuse me! The moment is broken before it even gets out of first gear. I'm sorry to interrupt. May I speak to y'all for a minute? The potential lovers move apart. Oh, this is me. What is it, Marilyn? This motorcycle gentleman is going to lead to nothing but trouble. I'd like to know what we intend to do about it.
Do about it?
Correct, Mr. Nate. Do about it for our own safety. She hops up onto the drive-through counter, sitting her plump buns down and crossing her arms, a real highfalutin lady.
What is it exactly that you think Tony's going to do?
Well, I wouldn't have the foggiest, but I know he's up to no good with the amount of drinking he does. A man who loves pulling a cork should not be relied upon. The sins of liquor, let me tell you.
Save it for your next Sunday school sermon. Tony knows how to wield a weapon. He's not going anywhere.
Well then, perhaps we need to put it to a vote.
Perhaps we need to boot your ass out into the street and use the distraction to make our getaway.
Well, I never. The audacity of some of you Yankee men is just deplorable.
Why don't you go back to Georgia then, Preach? Why don't you go back to Georgia then, Peach?
Well, if you're what they call a man around these parts, I might do better with them devils out there. A rabid man suddenly reaches through the broken drive-through window and grabs her. Pete chortles at the irony of it all. Mary Lynn screams bloody murder as the cannibalistic zombie gnaws on her neck while trying to pull her through the window. Thankfully for the others, she's a plus-size southern gal and won't fit, effectively blocking the drive-through from rabbits hoping to gain entry. Nate and Carol race to the group seated in the dining area.
We gotta go, guys.
Where's Mary Lynn? What's that screaming?
Sorry,
I'm
Maurice.
sorry. My apologies. Sorry, Maurice, but she's not going to make it. Dang. Well, she sure was persnickety. God rest her soul. Where we going next?
Real question is, how are we going? Looks like we're trapped.
Rabid Santas are roaming the streets everywhere outside.
Oh, fiddlesticks. They probably smelled the meat on the grill.
I can't believe I'm going to die in a burger joint. Gross.
It's like Night of the Living Dead out there.
Estevan's eyes flash wide with excitement.
Das es Machina. That's it. You're a genius, Noel. I am?
Estevan pulls his phone and furiously pushes the touchpad.
I hope he's online. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Did I miss something?
Carol shrugs her shoulders in uncertainty.
I know someone who can help us. If he's even on Skype right now, it's pretty late in PA. PA? Pennsylvania. Oh. Wait, who's in Pennsylvania that can help us? Only the king of zombie movies. Yes, he's on.
Esty pushes another button on his phone's touchpad.
Come on, come on. Please pick up.
Okay, so I just want to say that I wrote this before this gentleman passed away. That's about to appear. Just want to make that clear. It sucks, but it happens. Do you want me to take one of these parts?
I think I got it.
Okay.
You can be George Romero.
Okay.
Who the hell are you calling, kid? The director of every totally awesome zombie movie ever made. The one and only King of Living Dead, George Romero.
George Romero answers the Skype call, appearing on Esty's phone for all to see. Hey, Esty, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Hey, George. I'm actually in a little bit of a situation, and I could use your help.
Yeah, I see your crew there. Making another short flick, huh?
Something like that.
What's this one about?
Zombies.
Yeah, sounds like you called the right director then, huh?
Esty looks out the window to see the zombies roaming his town.
Oh, I'd say definitely.
So what's the setup? What kind of creeps we talking about here? Classic Romero zombies?
For the most part. So far.
So what's the deal? Come on, spill.
So we're trapped in a little burger joint at the edge of town. Our backs are to the water, and the street is crawling with reanimated cannibals. We've got a fire truck at our disposal, but we're not even sure where to go with it. What do you think, George?
You need to find a bright light. I mean, brighter than the surrounding light, to really draw their attention. A beacon of some sort. A lighthouse would be nice.
We've got a lighthouse in town, but it's just for show. Hasn't worked in a decade.
Well, that's no good. What about stadium lights?
Yeah, that's good. Great idea.
I'm more than just a pretty face, Esty. But where do we get a stadium?
The high school. Those Friday night lights are the brightest in town.
That's perfect.
Perfect for what?
You use the lights and the siren on the fire truck to lure the creepy crawlies to the stadium.
Like the Pied Piper.
Exactly.
Then what? We just hope they all sit in the bleachers until the National Guard arrives?
He has a point.
I don't know what then. At least they won't be eating children in the middle of the street anymore. We got to come up with an answer. Every minute they're out there, more people are dying.
It's like,
Oh, sorry. We'll blow him up.
Tony stands in the entrance to the kitchen, a fifth of Jack Daniels in his hand. He takes a sip. How do you propose we do that?
We've got a fire truck that holds 100 gallons of water, right?
Right?
Then we fill the water tank with dead dinosaur juice. Get as many of those rabid bastards as we can grouped around it, and kaboom. Violence is the answer.
Listen to that guy. He's fucking great. Tony takes a congratulatory swig from his bottle of booze. Is that it, Esty?
think so, George. Thanks.
No problem. Good luck on the shoot. And hey, don't forget to send me a link once you post it online.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do about that, George.
All right, you kids have a good night. I'm gonna go make some warm milk. Romero, out. The Skype screen goes blank.
We need to get to that truck. Somebody's gonna have to create a distraction.
But who?
Whoever's the fastest.
That leaves me out. Noel looks at Esty. He looks back confused.
What? You're the state champ. 100-meter dash.
They all look at Esty. Tony pats him on the shoulder.
Don't worry, kid. I got your back. Just keep running.
Can I have your gun?
No.
Here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got an error here. Noelle extends her hand, something silver dangling from her fingers. This should be Noelle's line.
Merry Christmas. It's a rape whistle.
On the street, moments later, Esteban walks the street, burger bar and hotel, to his back.
This is just great. Nothing to see here. Zombies. Just some supple young teenage flesh out for an evening stroll.
Rabbits shamble out of the shadows as he passes by.
Come on, Esteban, you can do it. You just circle around the next block. Draw the zombies away, and the group will be right here to pick you up before one of them bites you in the cute little buns.
More rabbits take notice and move toward him.
Here we go.
He jumps up and down, waving his arms at the rabbits.
Come on, y'all. You hungry? Dead people? I got your Christmas dinner right here. He stretches his...
He stretches his legs.
Fresh long pig. Get your long pig.
A block in front of him, Mall Santa comes around the corner, leading his throng of Rabid Santas with Fireman Santa and Skinny Santa at his sides. Esty's eyes grow wide at the sight. They're moving faster than he thought they could.
They're not supposed to move that fast, George.
He walks slowly toward the approaching zombies, each step slightly faster than the last.
I'm screwed. I'm so screwed.
Esty breaks into a run, heading straight for the Rabid Santas and blowing the rape whistle as loud as he can. The Santas power walk toward him. Esty hooks a left, blowing the whistle harder. The Santas follow behind. Inside the burger bar, the group watches everything unfold from the front windows.
He runs like a girl.
Noel smacks him for being a smartass.
I don't see your beer gut wobbling around out there.
Tony looks down at his tummy, silently questioning his own personal fitness. It's working! We need to move now, before he runs out of energy. The group moves through the kitchen into the back door, cautiously opening it and exiting. At the hotel, moments later, our heroes move through the hotel parking lot. A small group of rabbits have taken an interest in the fire truck, sniffing it as they stumble around. Carol, Nate, and Tony move in, the firefighters swinging axes and the biker using a shotgun like a baseball bat. They make quick work of the zombies.
Nice to see you can handle yourself, little sister. I was starting to wonder.
Carol smirks.
Shouldn't Esty be here by now?
We'll find him. Right, Nate?
For sure. Everything will be fine.
He opens the driver's side door, and a rabid Allen falls on top of him, instantly tearing a hunk of flesh out of Nate's neck. No! Rabid Allen stands up, something human left in him, recognizing Carol. The zombie firefighter steps toward her slowly. Whoa. Job. She stumbles backward, caught off guard by the perverted zombie. Alan? Oh! Jam. As he steps forward, she steps back. A hand from beneath the truck grabs her ankle, tripping her. She falls. Her other perverted coworker gone rabid, Jim, crawls slowly toward her from beneath the truck, grabbing at her flesh. Blow! Jam! Rabid Alan stands over her, unbuckling his belt as Rabid Jim gropes her, crawling closer and closer. Blow! Jam! Carol can't escape Jim's unrelenting grasp. Blow! Alan's head explodes violently. Tony pumps the shotgun in his hands. The spent shell ejects, a new one taking its place. He places the muzzle against Rabid Jim's temple.
Plug your ears, kids.
Everyone, including Carol, does. Blow. You're fucking... Oh, sorry.
Your fucking brains out.
Let's just do it together as in tandem. Blow.
Your fucking brains out, scumbag.
Tony pulls the trigger. Boom! Jim's head splatters. Hell yeah! Oh, I mean, excellent job, Anthony.
Carol!
The handsome fireman coughs up some blood. Carol moves to him, cradling the fallen would-be lover in her arms.
Save them. And Tony can do it.
Estevan is suddenly at Noel's side.
Hey, what's going on? I'm so glad you guys didn't ditch me. That would have totally sucked. Hey.
He hands her the rape whistle.
I hope I got more use out of this than you did.
He notices the shocked look on her face.
What's up?
She nods to Nate and Carol. He looks.
Oh, crap balls.
We can help you, Nate. I can save you. I'll get the EMT kit. He grabs her wrist, stopping her.
No, it's too late. I'm going to turn into one of them. Any minute.
No, you can't.
I can't help it. You can't stop it. All you can do is finish it.
What? No.
You have to.
He coughs up some more blood. Tony silently hands her his .357 Magnum, not happy about losing the only other tough guy on their team. Carol takes the gun and reluctantly cocks it.
There you go. It's just one little squeeze. Just like a tube of toothpaste.
She puts the muzzle to his jaw, her hand shaking.
You can do this. You can spare me that horrible fate.
Her grip tightens on the revolver.
Do it. Do it.
The tension builds. Her body goes limp. I can't. Ah!
Don't let me turn into one of those things. Those bloodthirsty brain eaters.
I have an idea. Swishpan to the hotel. Moments later, Tony and Steven drag Nate across the parking lot.
Stop. This is crazy. Don't do this.
Don't worry. I'm sorry. Don't worry. It'll be, one more time. Don't worry. It'll be over. Almost. It'll be over almost as quick as with the gun.
Tony looks up to Steven.
You're pretty fucked up, kid, but in a good way.
Thanks. I love your jacket, by the way. That is really nice leather.
Thank you. I believe it's Corinthian.
They position Nate so his head rests directly under the front tire of the fire truck.
Come on, you guys. This is fucked.
It was a real pleasure fighting alongside you, Nathaniel. Real unfortunate about your luck.
Guys, come on.
It's not personal. It's just so we don't have to see it. Tony and Steven walk away.
You guys, come on. I was going to let you shoot me in the head. This is sick.
Steven joins Maurice, Esty, and Noel on top of the truck.
Mind if I drive?
She hands over the keys and climbs up into the truck.
Tony palms her ass and gives her a push.
A little faster, sweetheart.
Asshole. Tony climbs inside, turns the truck over, throws it into gear, and pops Nate's head like a pimple. He chuckles to himself.
Sorry, bud.
The fire truck rumbles down the road. Moments later, Tony glances over to Carol, noticing her wiping away a tear.
You two were close, huh?
What's it to you?
Relax, little sister. I'm just asking.
I don't know. Not that close. It's tough being a woman in a male-dominated career.
I bet.
Nate was more than accommodating. He was a downright genuine human being. And one of the only guys who didn't treat me like I didn't belong there.
I'm sorry to see him go.
She purposely switches the subject, trying to forget the old world she can't go back to. So where are we going to get this gas? Smitty's?
Smitty's? Smitty uses the cheapest, shittiest petrol money can buy. We're going to Chevron.
And how do you plan on blowing this truck up? Tony's face goes blank. Then he hits the brake and swerves the truck hard to the left. What the hell are you doing, Tony?
Gotta go back.
Takes another hard left on the next block and sends the truck back toward the burger bar. What the hell are you talking about?
Forgot something.
Forgot what? Outside the burger bar, moments later, Tony stands outside the open truck door. Carol is now in the driver's seat.
Listen, I'll only be a couple minutes behind you on the chopper. Just use those lights and sirens to draw their attention to that side of town. Let's get them moving towards the high school. I'll meet you at Chevron.
He slams the door shut and walks swiftly toward the burger joint. Carol flips on the lights and siren, alerting every rabbit in town to their presence. She rolls the truck down the road. The rabbits instinctively follow. Inside the burger bar seconds later, Tony quietly moves through the small-town restaurant, finding his duffel bag where he left it behind the counter.
Thank you, Lord.
He picks up the bag and slings it over his shoulder and turns to walk out. A rabid Mary Lynn is there to meet him. Lord! Lord!
Forget it, sweetheart. I ain't converting.
He lifts the shotgun and blows her hungry face off. Outside the gas station later, a fire hose runs from the access port of the underground storage tank into the hose connection on the fire engine's pump control panel, filling the engine's water tank with gasoline. Carol operates the control panel while simultaneously watching for rabbits with Pastor Maurice. Tony pulls up on his chopper, duffel bag, on the back. You have any trouble? He spares the pastor the truth.
Nah, piece of cake. You too?
Nothing so far.
Want to tell me what's so important about your little bag there? Tony smiles at her and unzips the bag. It's filled with dynamite, C4, detonators, and wireless triggers. Why the hell do you have so many explosives?
Just between you and me. I was going to use them to get in the vault at the bank while all hell was breaking loose.
You went back for that? Just so you could rob a bank? Tony holds up a piece of plastic and clicks a trigger.
Remote detonator, as in from a distance.
He motions to the fire truck.
How'd you expect to blow that bitch up? Light a match? We're supposed to draw straws or something? See who gets to sacrifice themselves for the greater good? Instead of that idea, I'll just rig the truck so we can blow it from a safe distance. Saves us all from having any weepy goodbyes.
Why are you doing this, Tony? Really?
Because you spoiled my run to the bank. And I was really looking forward to blowing something up tonight.
But if we blow this fire engine up, how are we gonna get away from the hungry zombie Santa's chasing us while they're on fire? We'll be more helpless than Shia LaBeouf's acting career. We should have asked George about this.
There's no way.
Steven. T.O., you there?
There's no way we survive.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was busy looking at some personal photographs on my smartphone. There's no way we'll survive on foot. You adults better figure something out. You're the ones who got us into this.
We got you into it? Yeah, remember when you smashed a big red truck into my friend's shitty Pontiac? Oh, yeah. So if we're going to go somewhere safe, how do we get there? At these words, Noel has a eureka moment.
Duh, big red truck.
What?
We have to make more than one fire truck in this town, right?
Yeah.
We have more than one fire truck in this town.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Then let's go get it.
Tony shrugs his shoulders, nods casually in agreement.
Give me 5 minutes. I'll get the C4 ready.
Fire Station 9, shortly thereafter. A dozen rabbits roam about the engine bay. Our group of unlikely comrades stand outside their truck. Shit, I forgot about them. What are they doing in there? We locked him in there earlier. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
And let's get him out.
Yeah, the controls are on the inside.
So we got to go in there with them? Great. Well, at least this time, let me use an axe.
Variety is the spice of life.
You think you can drive that thing?
Me? Oh no, I definitely don't drive. We solarize to the street. Day, flashback. Steven is behind the wheel of a Prius, rocking out to some Cyndi Lauper. Suddenly, an old woman is on the hood of his car. Brakes screech and Steven screams! And flashbacks, solarize to Steven's face in Fire Station 9. I definitely don't drive.
Okay, Esteban. Looks like you're up again, cadet. Carol and I'll lead him on a goose chase while you kids get to that bay door opened and the truck loaded. Shit. Fuck. Okay, Esteban. Looks like you're up again, cadet. Carol and I'll lead them on a goose chase while you kids get that bay door open and the truck on the road.
Super job there, Tony. The keys are hanging on the wall there to the right.
Just head for the stadium. You've driven a Mack truck before, right?
A what?
Jeez. Kids today.
Oh, I drove a fire truck once on a Grand Theft Auto.
Kid, I am Grand Theft Auto.
I'll drive the truck. You kids get the keys and then the door. Then climb on in, quick. Esteban smiles with relief.
I can do that.
Inside the fire station truck bay, moments later, Carol leads Tony in through the side door. They creep around the second fire truck, the trapped rabbits oblivious to them. Then Tony sees the bell attached to the station wall. Clang, 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 clang.
I had to. I was wanted to be a firefighter when I was a kid.
The rabbits shuffle toward them. Well, fantastic. I'm glad we could fulfill that childhood fantasy at such an opportune time. Run! She races toward the stairs, Tony hot on her heels. The rabbits hot on his. They shoot up the stairs to the living quarters, Tony turning in the stairwell to deliver an axe to the head of the rabbit behind him. The temporary roadblock gives them a couple extra seconds of lead time. On the floor of the engine bay, Pastor Maurice and the kids sneak in. Stephen heads for the key, while Noel and Esty hit the button for the bay door and climb into the truck's cab. Stephen tosses the key to the pastor and climbs into the jump seat. Maurice turns the engine over as the bay door opens. Upstairs, Tony and Carol overturn the kitchen table to hold the zombies up another second. This way! She runs to the fire pole and slides down like the pro she is. Tony gets a smile on his face and looks upward.
Finally.
He grabs a bright greenish yellow fireman's hard hat from the hanger on the wall, puts it on his head, and slides down the pole just as the rabbits reach out for him. Tony lands on his feet in front of Carol, all smiles. Having fun?
Yeah.
A rabbit falls from above, splattering on the floor behind Tony. The biker turns and hacks him with his fire axe, then turns back to Carol, still all smiles.
Ready?
She says nothing, just turns and runs to the open bay door. She slides under it. Tony follows as more rabbits fall from above. The zombies lumber to their feet and go after them. A rabbit jumps onto the hood of the second truck, scratching at the glass and gnashing his teeth angrily. What the heck are you doing, Esteban? Esteban records videos of the hungry zombie with his iPhone.
It would be great for my next movie. You can't buy this kind of production value. George is going to love it. Honestly, it's a really nice shot. Thanks.
He turns the camera toward Noel, and another rabbit smacks its face against the passenger window.
Whoa. Haha. Wow, this is great.
Can we please get the hell out of here now?
Maurice slams on the pedal and they pull out of the station. The two rabbits fall off the truck when Maurice cranks the wheel hard and enters the road. Carol turns her truck on as Tony starts his motorcycle. She hits the gas and rolls the rig out of the parking lot. Tony takes off the fireman's hat and throws it at the face of the rabbit coming at him from the station.
You can keep it.
The biker peels out, quick to catch up to the fire engine. On the streets, moments later, with sirens blaring and emergency lights flashing, Carol drives slowly through the downtown area, attracting both run-of-the-mill rabbits and the horde of Rabid Santas. They follow the truck and motorcycle as they pass by, more rabbits coming out of homes and businesses to join in the chase. It's working! It's actually working! A small group of Rabid Santas appear in front of the truck. Carol squints her eyes, studying them, then gasps. Bill? In the middle of the group is the rabid fireman Santa, and he doesn't look happy. Carol grips the wheel and slams on the gas. The 20-ton truck flies toward the flesh-eating monsters. Splat! She plows over the group, squashing the Rabid Santas that don't spin out of the way on impact. Fireman Santa sidesteps the truck and grabs onto a side rail as the engine passes by, pulling himself on board. 3 other Rabid Santas do the same. Tony sees the rabid fireman Santa hoist himself onto the top of the truck and grab an axe from its holster. The zombie moves towards Carol at the front.
Oh, shit.
Tony pulls the duffel bag onto his lap and speeds up his motorcycle, matching time with the truck. He throws the bag through the passenger window. It lands safely next to Carol. What's up?
Santa Claus.
He thumbs upward. An axe slams through the roof of the cab. She almost loses control of the engine, but quickly regains her composure as Tony falls back on the chopper. Tony jams his own fire axe into the shotgun holster on his back as he follows behind the big rig. He whips out his revolver and shoots the rabid pub crawl Santas climbing the truck. Each one successively takes a bullet to the head and falls from the truck. They're pulled under the wheels of the machine. Blood sprays out, coating the street.
Here goes nothing.
The maverick biker holsters his magnum and grabs onto the fire truck, letting the bike fall free. He swings, catches onto the truck with his other hand, and steadies himself as his motorcycle crashes to the ground. He pulls out his .357 and fires a slug into the Harley's tank. It explodes, killing a dozen rabbits walking by.
Oh, I love that bike.
He mournfully shakes his head, then climbs atop the truck. On top of the truck, Fireman Santa slams his axe into the roof of the cab. He almost has a hole big enough to climb through.
I know who's been naughty this year.
Fireman Santa turns to discover Tony standing halfway down the length of the truck. Santa snorts angrily at the rebel.
Come on, fat man. I got your lip of coal right here.
Tony whips his revolver from its holster and fires. Click. He pulls twice more. Click, click. Maybe 3 times really is a charm. Click, click, click. Nothing.
Shit.
He throws the heavy handgun at the big, nasty zombie, hitting Fireman Santa right in the face. Santa shakes off the pain.
Bah.
Fireman Santa charges him, slamming the axe down with great ferocity. Tony barely manages to pull his own axe in time to block the death blow. Tony sweeps the leg, knocking the rabid Santa onto his back. Unlike his counterparts, this zombie is quick to recover, perhaps a human remnant left over from his life as a fast-acting firefighter. A wicked awesome battle montage ensues. Santa and Tony swinging axes like Paul Bunyan gone mad atop of the moving fire truck. They battle across the length of the rig. Finally, Tony gets Fireman Santa to the back edge of the truck. Fireman Santa steps back, but there's nothing there. He tries to recover his balance, but it's too late.
Uh-oh. Caught you slipping.
Tony thrusts the axe head at him and pushes the rabid Santa off the back of the truck. Tony looks upward to the heavens.
All right. We're cool.
He turns to walk to the front of the truck, but a white-gloved hand reaches up and grabs his ankle. Fireman Santa has managed to hold on. The zombie yanks Tony, who swings his axe, cutting off Santa's other hand grasping the truck. Carol watches as the rabid fire captain and the tough-as-nails biker fall to the blacktop behind the speeding fire truck. Other rabbits fast approaching them on the street. Her view of Tony in the side mirror disappears as he is overwhelmed by the hungry, murderous bastards. She almost weeps, but hardens her emotions, just like Tony would want, and presses forward. The football stadium is dark and void of life. Not a creature is stirring, not even a flesh-eating zombie. Red lights suddenly bounce off of the goalposts and bleachers at the far end of the field. Carol drives the fire truck to the 50-yard line and stops. At the end zone, at the opposite end of the field in the darkness, rests the other fire truck with Maurice, Esty, Noel, and Stephen in it.
There she is.
Finally, let's light this place up. You two gonna be all right?
I'll keep him safe.
She squeezes Stephen. Oh, please. I'll be on those zombies like they're a half-off sale at Macy's. Maurice and Esteban race down the field to meet Carol. Come on. Oh, that's you.
Come on, Reverend.
I'm a pastor, not a rent.
You doing all right there, Pastor?
I'll be fine. Just need to catch my second wind.
You've only gone like 15 yards.
We should have drove closer.
Football stadium at the 50-yard line. They make it to the 50-yard line just as the first set of rabbits appear at the opposite end of the field.
Where's Tony?
He didn't make it.
Dang. I thought for sure he was going to live.
Where's the generator room? Esty points to a door at the bottom of the stadium bleachers. You know where they keep the key?
It's always unlocked. I'm the school mascot. They keep my outfit in there.
Carol looks to the first wave of rabbits stumbling out of the end zone. You get the lights on. I'll deal with them.
Yep. Come on, Pastor.
Man, we just got here.
Esteban runs toward the generator room.
Should have had that girl do the running.
Maurice runs after Esty while Carol pulls an axe from its holding spot on the truck. Wait a sec. She returns the axe to its spot. At the generator room, the door swings open and Esty races in, followed by a still out-of-breath Maurice.
Where's it? Where's it at?
I got it. Just catch your breath, Pastor. Get ready to run again.
Don't they? Gotta get a golf cart.
Esty reaches out for the light switch, barely noticing the figure standing in the darkness of the room.
Is somebody there?
He flips the switch and the lights in the room blink on. The figure turns to Esty and Pastor Maurice, letting out a bloodthirsty roar at the sight of them.
Oh shit, naked zombie! Run!
Esty and Maurice run out of the generator room, the naked zombie hot on their heels, massive dong swinging back and forth as he gives chase.
Help!
Carol watches from the 50-yard line in stunned awe. Wow. Stephen takes notice from their spot at the end of the field. Is that the naked guy from Juiced Up Fitness?
It sure is.
Maurice runs in circles on the field, the naked zombie trying to grab him as he follows.
Don't let him get me! Don't let him get me! Don't let him get me!
Carol shakes her head and shouts to them. Will you two quit fucking around with that naked guy and get those lights on? Esteban shouts back.
A little help, please.
The naked zombie turns his attention to Esty and starts chasing him around in a circle.
Don't let his dong touch me. Ah!
Stephen watches the naked zombie in awe. All that big stud needs is a good collar to keep him restrained. Woof.
I got it.
Noel walks to the javelin cart, picks up one of the spear-like devices, and carefully eyes the distance. What are you doing? Noel throws the javelin. It sails through the air. At the center of the field, Esty trips, rolls, and pops back up onto his knees. The naked zombie is coming right for him, his massive, undead dong aimed straight for Esty's face.
No!
The javelin shoots through the naked zombie's back and out of his chest and sticks into the ground. Esty looks around the naked zombie and sees Noel at the javelin cart. He looks back to the naked zombie, now anchored into the ground.
Shish kebab.
Noel sends another javelin flying. It goes straight through the naked zombie's head. The nude cannibal corpse drops dead. Esty turns to Maurice.
I love that girl, Pastor Moy.
Mo.
I love that girl, Pastor Mo. You're going to marry us someday.
Let's just hope we live to see another day. Hurry up!
They turn to Carol. She's at the truck, fire hose in hand, dousing the approaching rabbits with gas.
What's she doing?
She's going to light them up. Come on.
Esty races back into the generator room, Maurice behind him. Inside the generator room, Esty runs to the electrical panel and hits the breakers, one at a time. Pop, pop, pop. Insert shot of the massive lights popping on above the field.
That's it?
Yup.
Maurice glances at the secure confines of the room.
We should stay here.
That's a really great idea, Pastor. Now that we have attracted every zombie in town.
Dang!
You ready?
Can't we walk this one, Esty?
You want another one of those things catching up to us?
They ain't gonna catch us. We'll just...
Dave, the rabid skinny Santa, comes through the doorway and sinks his teeth deep into the pastor's arm. Maurice screams in pain and punches the zombie in the face and again and again.
I was almost safe. You, no good. Brain sucking. Freak!
Holy crap. I gotta get this.
Esteban whips out his phone and records. The focus slide on his camera catches skinny Santa's attention. The stoned zombie Santa growls and goes after Esty.
Whoa, Dave, it's me.
You ain't going nowhere, boy.
Maurice grabs skinny Santa by the wrist, spins him around, and delivers a flurry of punches to the zombie's face.
Think you're gonna bite me, then go turn him into a zombie next? Nuh-uh. Time to send you back to hell, boy, with the power of the Lord.
Maurice kisses his balled up fist and uppercuts skinny Santa so hard that the zombie's head explodes.
And stay down.
You KO'd him. I'd never seen... Unbelievable.
It's on the wrist, baby.
Speaking of wrists...
Maurice looks at the vicious bite marks on his forearm.
It's okay. We still got time.
At the 50-yard line, Esteban and Maurice race from the generator room, running toward Noel and Stephen at the second truck. The stadium lights are burning at full candle power now. Carol finishes dousing the field in oncoming wave of zombies as the second rabid wave reaches the end zone. She pulls out a book of matches with Fire District 9 printed on the cover and strikes a match. Time to roast these chestnuts. She tosses the match to the head of the gasoline's trail she's made. It ignites. Within seconds, there is a wave of thrashing, burning zombies, screaming in undead agony. Carol steps back, watching her handiwork in shocked awe. Not even the zombies can handle this extreme measure. They fall to the field, nothing more than charred, unmoving corpses. Suddenly, a burning zombie races at her, screaming in pain. Carol screams back. The blistering monster trips over its own feet and falls to the ground, dead as a doornail. Carol scrambles backward in fear and turns to run to the other truck, but instead runs in straight into Bill, the rabid fireman Santa. Old Saint Nick wraps the one hand he has left following his battle with Tony around her throat and lifts her off her feet. He growls menacingly and tosses her like a rag doll to the grassy field below. Bill, stop. It's me. Carol, you know me. Bill steps closer, slavering in her face. Bill, listen to me. We're friends. You know me, damn it. You know me. Stop. Bill goes in for the death bite, but stops short, a confused look spreading across his boil-filled face. He slumps to the ground just in front of her, an axe buried to the hilt in the back of his skull. Tony stands behind him. The biker looks as if he's been through hell, but he still extends a hand, helping Carol up.
Couldn't miss the fireworks now, could I?
Let's blow this popsicle stand. She motions with her head to the other truck. Maurice and the teenagers wave enthusiastically. Our female firefighter and outlaw biker race to the other survivors of this holiday nightmare as rabids of all varieties pour onto the field. Carol and Tony approach the second truck in the end zone.
You're alive. I knew you'd make it.
Thanks for having faith, kid.
Tony notices Maurice leaning against the truck.
Speaking of faith, what's with you, Preach?
Nothing good, my friend. Nothing good.
He holds out his arm. It's beginning to fester.
That's a damn shame, Pastor.
You're going to have to put me down, Tony. I don't want to become one of them.
I'd expect no less from myself. We'll watch the fireworks, and you and I'll take care of it.
Maurice nods.
You got the detonator switch still?
Carol moves it from her pocket and hands it over. Tony holds it up and flips a switch. The light on the trigger goes from red to green. They all look to the 50-yard line. Esty plugs his ears in anticipation of the explosion. Tony clicks the trigger. Nothing happens. He clicks it again. Still nothing. He clicks it 3 times in a row.
1 second.
He smacks it on his hand and flips the switch over and over.
Maybe the batteries are dead. The light's on. Phantom power or something?
Damn it, damn it, damn it, son of a bitch.
What are we going to do now?
I'm going to have to set it off manually.
Tony walks toward the 50-yard line. A hand on his arm stops him.
Wait. I'll do it. I'll go.
You sure about this, Preach? Sorry. You sure about this, Preach? Most folks think I'm meant to die in a fiery inferno, or headed to one when I do.
I'm sure, Tony. My time here's up. At least I can sacrifice myself for what I believe. And what I believe is that we need to rid the earth of these unnatural, godforsaken demons.
You're a good man, Maurice.
And you're becoming one, Tony. Don't stop.
Tony squeezes Maurice's arm, which is the closest the outlaws come to hugging a person since he was 8 years old. They nod confidently to one another, solidified in the plan. Moments later, at the 50-yard line, Maurice makes his way through the zombies, crowding around the fire truck. The living corpses sniff at him, but can smell the change already occurring, so they leave him be. He gets to the fire truck and climbs atop. A sea of rabbits surround him on the field. The pastor unscrews the upper seal to the truck's gasoline-filled reservoir. He pulls a road flare from his back pocket. Just light a match. He pops the protective cap on the flare and fires it to life. Maurice holds it over the reservoir, praying his last prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, please bless Carol and Tony and his children and help them use this experience to embrace your light and your love, Lord. Especially that Tony. He needs you, God. And with what I've seen today, you might need him too. Men like that are rare breed, and the world looks like it could use him now more than ever. Lastly, Father, forgive me for what I'm about to do. I trust you understand. I'm in your hands now. Amen.
Maurice loosens his grip on the flare. Just before it drops, someone grabs his wrist, knocking the flare away from its intended destination and causing it to roll along the top of the fire truck toward the cab. The pastor turns to discover the rabid mall Santa standing on top of the truck alongside him.
You ruined Christmas, you fat bastard!
Mead! Mall Santa grabs for Maurice, but the pastor kicks him away and scrambles to his feet. The southern pastor and the mall Santa fistfight on top of the fire truck. A battle for the ages, Christianity versus corporatism. They battle the span of the truck, but in the end, Mall Santa overcomes the pastor, slamming his head over and over into the roof of the cab. As Maurice lays bleeding from his nose and ears, Mall Santa picks up the flare and turns toward his throng of zombies, hoisting it triumphantly into the air. The sea of rabbits echo his barbaric howl and turn toward the second fire truck at the end of the field.
I don't think so.
Mall Santa turns. Maurice is on his feet, a pike pole in his hands.
Jesus is the reason for the season.
Maurice pushes the Mall Santa backward with the pike pole. The king of Christmas zombies falls down in slow motion, straight toward the open reservoir of petrol. Road flare still in hand. Mall Santa turns his head to look at the flames. Mall Santa turns his head to look at the flare, then looks into camera. He drops the road flare and it falls straight into the gas-filled reservoir.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals!
Tony watches the battle with a set of binoculars. He drops them from his eyes immediately.
Uh-oh.
The fire truck explodes with the fury of an atom bomb. The force of the explosion sends our heroes flying backwards through the air. Carol and Tony land on their backs. She laughs hysterically as chunks of flaming zombie rain down around them. They get to their feet and survey the damage. It's intense. Only a small handful of rabbits roam the field, some with missing limbs. Others are just bodies that have yet to realize they don't have heads. You saved the town, Tony.
By working with a pastor.
Yeah, well, who'd believe it?
Now what?
I got to get to my little girl. You're all more than welcome to come. I think we got a pretty good thing going here. Where's your little girl even at? She's at my parents' house on Woodbridge Island.
Your family lives on Woodbridge Island?
Yeah.
Your little girl you've been trying to get to this whole time is on Woodbridge Island.
Yeah? So?
So why the hell didn't we go there in the first place?
Well, because you guys wanted to blow up the zombies.
You mean we could have went out on an island where we could have just blown up the bridge to be safe, and instead we went through all this horse shit. Nate, Pastor Maurice, that annoying church broad. Well, maybe that annoying church broad, but
Maybe not that annoying church.
maybe not that. Sorry, maybe not that annoying church broad, but everyone else would still be alive if we just went to that damn island.
Guess I didn't think of it.
Didn't think. Forget it. Let's just go.
They climb into the fire truck and drive away from the destroyed stadium field covered with bodies. Dissolve to Woodbridge Island, dawn. Series of shots slowly showing off the peacefulness of the island at daybreak. 3 rabbits stumble from the bushes, moving on to the lone bridge that connects the safe haven to the nightmare on the mainland. Red lights flash off of the low-lying fog. Boom! 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 The heads of the zombies each explode in a flurry of blood and gray matter. The fire truck rests at the island end of the bridge, a sniper rifle set up on top of it. Carol rises from her prone position behind the gun, smoke still pouring from the barrel.
Great shot, little sister.
Tony stands at the base of the truck, a compound bow and quiver slung over his back and a pump-action shotgun in his hand.
You're getting pretty good at that.
Christmas can't come soon enough, now can it? They share a laugh. In the distance, Stephen appears on the porch of what must be Carol's family's cabin. Come on, you two! Time for breakfast! Inside the window, Esteban and Noelle are decorating cookies. Carol's little girl steps onto the porch and shouts, "Will you help me with the frosting, Mommy?" "Be right there, baby." She smiles and dismounts the rig. Tony turns the flashing red lights off. You ready, Slugger?
You bet. I didn't know having a family could be so
Nice. Pleasant. Okay. Oh, look at that. New word. Sophisticated fella. Tony holds up a thesaurus.
Well, I've been putting your little Christmas gift to good use, but I still can't find another word for sugar tits.
She laughs and wraps her arm around his back. He throws his over her shoulder. Come on, outlaw. Let's eat. The 2 friends walk to the cabin, secure in the safety of the island. We slowly track and pan from the cabin to the wooded area near the shore. Hidden behind some bushes, the rabid deer watches on. Its nose suddenly glows red. Cut to black. Fade out. And that is the end of our story here tonight.
Rabid Santas.
That is Rabid Santa. That is a train in the background.
Yep.
It's getting closer.
So, what caused the Rabid Santas? I mean, the just some deer virus?
Deer virus. Yep. Rabid deer viruses.
The old deer virus, the old Rudolph virus.
That old chestnut.
Yeah.
Why didn't Santa kill Rudolph? I mean, it just seems.
Why didn't Santa kill Rudolph?
Yeah, it's in hindsight now. You'd think he would have done that.
Which Santa would have killed Rudolph? What do you mean, like the real Santa?
Real Santa, yeah, the real Santa.
Well, that's a great question.
Instead of letting him go run around and destroy things, why did he do that?
We don't know where the real Santa was during this little tale.
I'm put out.
You're put out. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm sorry that you're put out.
The whole world is destroyed because Santa's remiss in his duties.
Well, I mean, it sounds to me like
euthanizing mutant reindeer. Come on.
I think that there's a sequel in the works now.
That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it was.
As zombie movies go.
Yeah, I tried to make it fun and light, and mix the horror with the comedy.
I would have one other thing. Not only do they have the pus coming out of them that should be like, green and shit.
Yeah.
They should be red, so they look kind of like festive, but also that they should foam at the mouth because they are actually rabid.
Yeah, they should foam at the mouth also. Yeah. I just don't add that in all the time,
Yeah, their eyes are bleeding. They have the green pus boils, and their mouths are rabid. So you have
Red, white,
the Christmas
red,
colors.
white.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome. I really, that would be fun to see.
Yeah, this is going to make a hell of a good Christmas movie coming. What is this? 2020? You're going to release
Yeah,
this?
let's hope that we can get this done by 2020. You know, if anyone listening
Christmas of 2020
knows an agent who's looking for a talented writer who can do a lot of voices, you could make a lot of money pimping my ass out. You could make 10% if you're an agent, just pimping me out, which I'm readily ready to do. I'm totally available to be pimped like a common street whore.
Turn that boy out on the street.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah.
saying.
And we'll make as much money as we can. And
he's a
as
good
my
he's
agent,
a
I
good
expect you to
actor.
make us as much money as we possibly can.
He'll be your bottom bitch. He will.
I will. I am. Or if you need me to be, I'll be the power top. Whatever. If you just want me to sit in the corner with a bottle of Jergens and do my own thing, okay, let's do it. Let's make some money. That's what it's all about here.
Some money, honey.
Got plenty of good compliments from the chat, by the by.
Oh, really? Well, that's very kind to hear.
Gift of Gab 247 says, "Wow, very well read. I'm enjoying it." So yeah, it was very well done.
Well, I'll be honest. I do have another one that I might be interested in reading. That maybe we could share with the people if they are not opposed.
Well, that's up to you, man. It's your channel. We'll do what you want.
Well, there's one that we've read, to the people listening, we've actually read a lot of these in private. I have a lot of screenplays that I've been working on in private, waiting, biding my time to unleash them on the world. So let me stop sharing for a second and find the correct picture to share.
I was so sad that Christopher got killed. I wanted to read him more. Why did you do that?
Oh, Christopher? Well, I mean, someone has to die.
But he was so cute.
He was super cute.
Oh my God.
It's a little mocha chill from a Cinnabon.
He was, you said he was really black, right?
He's a very dark-skinned African boy.
He was licorice.
Yes. Sweet.
Just a little snap of licorice.
So this is what I'm interested in maybe reading. This takes place on New Year's Eve at a ski competition on Mount Cheney going into 1990. So it would be New Year's Eve. What do we say? Would we say New Year's Eve 1989? Is that how you say that?
Oh, for
New
real?
Year's Eve 1989.
December 31st, 1989.
1989.
The 90s are about to start. And I've written a little murder on Neon Mountain. Because for those of you who don't know, Neon was exceptionally popular from about 1987. I'd say 1988 to 1990.
94, 93,
Right back.
There.
Yeah.
There was this 5-year period where everyone was wearing neon, and especially on the slopes. If you haven't seen the movie Ski School with Dean Cameron, I would highly recommend watching that movie before we read The Murder on Neon Mountain, which we might do.
Now,
I don't know.
I have a question. We had
December 30th, maybe.
huge zombie dong and Rabid Santa.
We did have that zombie dong.
do we have fine female flesh in Murder on Neon Mountain?
There is, but I will also mention that there is also a dong that makes an appearance in this too.
What is with you and dong?
Just find it funny, dude. Whenever you see a naked guy in a movie where it's a comedy, it just cracks and kills me, dude. I don't know what else to say about it. It's so freaking outrageous and silly to the idea of just like, as a heterosexual man accidentally somehow coming in close contact with another man's dong. It's just silly to me. It's kind of like forced head shave, dude. It's just the idea of a chick dominating a man and forcibly shaving his head. It cracks and kills me, dude. It cracks and kills me, and I don't know why, because it's so weird. It's so weird, and it's my reptilian brain.
It must be. That must be your. I think it's your secret fetish, along with
It's not, dude. I don't find it arousing.
Furry blump, him.
It's more than just that.
Fucking.
It's like with the forced head shave. It's like I don't understand how
Let's see,
someone can find it arousing.
we had another fetish on top of your fetish mountain. Now it's shaved headed, blump,
Yes, the lady boys, the shaved heads, the
furry lady
blump,
boy, dinosaur fuckers.
dinosaur erotica, which we will get into on a future live stream.
There's a movie right there in there somewhere, right? There has to be a movie in there. So yeah, directed by John Wallace, John Wallace, and Mr. Waters.
But if you are looking for good comedy, like you would have saw in the 80s and 90s before leftists tried to ruin humor in the Western world, you'll probably like Murder on Neon Mountain. It's kind of a bit of a stoner comedy, I guess you'd say. But not much.
For the next stream, we're reading Murder on Neon Mountain.
Well, this takes place December 31st. It takes place that New Year's Eve weekend, a big 3-day ski competition on Mount Cheney. And so I would probably read this, maybe December 30th, because everyone's going to be out December 31st,
Yeah.
I won't be, but other people will.
So Sunday, December 30th.
Is that the day?
Put that in no, that's like a week from now.
Is it a Sunday? Okay.
The 30th is a Sunday, yeah.
Okay, great.
So, yeah. Mark it in your calendars, folks. We're going to be reading Murder on Neon Mountain, December 30th.
We sure will. I'm absolutely all for that. And this will give me a little bit of time to maybe do a little revision on it. It might need one. I don't know if it's as...
Make sure there aren't any typos for us.
Yeah, I apologize for the typos. It's tough when you're one dude. To get them all, to just catch them all,
It's all right. It's also hard to read when someone's scrolling.
Yeah, you guys are getting better at it, though. You guys are starting to know that I scroll about halfway down the page or so. I should I do it at the right moment. So, wow. I appreciate anyone who listened to this and anyone who listens to it in the future. And you've indeed been listening to, where is it? Where did it go? Oh, it's gone. God dang it.
What's gone?
There we go. Rabid Santa. That's what we've been reading here tonight. And I appreciate each and every person that actually stuck with it and listened to the whole thing. And I hope it was fun. And I'll keep reading these things if they're fun. And all I could ask of you is that you should maybe share it with people in Comicsgate who have made money over the last year on Indiegogo. And tell them that, they have this untapped talent right over here on Crypto Comics. A guy who writes many, many good screenplays and can do many, many voices. And I'm down to do it for anybody else who's listening. If you have a script or you have a comic book that you want to read, I'm definitely down. It's so much fun. We've talked about in the past doing some books on comicbookplus.com, which is public domain comic books from the the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And we might read one of those here in the future. Jimmy and I have had some real fun with those in private. And we might need to do a couple of those in public.
Some of them are pretty fun.
The secret is to not have Reverend John Wallace on those ones because he just spins it off into a totally different direction. And
it goes into debaucherous corners.
It sure does,
and gets caught in a cul-de-sac, kind of.
It really does. A cul-de-sac where lady boys and blumps, dino porn are living.
But yeah, that can be fun too for a time. All right, are we still rolling?
We're still rolling. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it a night though here on Crypto Comics. I just cannot thank Slick Jimmy Love from Little Boy Lethal.
My goodness.
Sorry,
I see what you have on the
That's
brain.
the gay version that I'm trying to do. That little Lady Boy Lethal, Little Boy Lethal.
Lady Boy Lethal. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Little Girl Lethal. Available. Once again, Little Girl Lethal. That's Little Girl Lethal. Readily available on Indiegogo.com. Drawn impeccably well almost painted, almost birthed into the world by the renowned Whiskey Paint, who is quickly becoming one of the most fashionable comic book artists around today. And this is your chance to get in on the ground floor with Whiskey Paint and with Slick Jimmy. And also, we've got the incredibly vivacious and talented reader of many parts this evening, your friendly neighborhood ninja, who you can contact on Twitter. He does take commissions to draw all sorts of pictures. He will draw a ladyboy. He will draw a blumph, whatever you want. He will draw
anything you want.
He has many children to feed. He's like that black taxi cab driver in Total Recall. Man, I got 5 kids to feed, Quaid. Man, I got 4 kids to feed. Crypto Comics. And it's like, what happened to number 5? Shit, man. I ain't even married. Turns out he's just using all that money for cigarettes and white chalky blow and hookers. Maybe not. He might not be. I know that a lot of people really love to get art drawn by him, and I know he's cheap too. So use that, take advantage while you can, and it helps him get better. He's got projects coming up in the works too. I don't know what he wants to talk about though, so I can't plug it.
Get him on the ground floor, because when he gets going, he's going to be up his prices, and then you'll be just priced.
It's true. It's true. When demand gets higher, those prices got to go up. So y'all get in while you can, and also look for more Sporkman comics that'll be coming your way, folks. Sporkman, go now. Indie Planet, Comics Central, go now. Get the Spork.
Sporkman.
Also, yeah.
And thanks to Josh, the amazing animator, who popped in here and read with us for a good hour. We got about 30 pages in before he had to call it a night because he's in Ottawa,
Canada. Yeah,
Ontario,
all
Canada,
the way up in the
which is much farther east than I had realized before, which is weird to me.
Yeah, oddly enough, he's in the same time zone as I am. So
yeah, I know like geography pretty well, but I thought it was, for some reason, I thought Ottawa was over like towards Manitoba. And no, not really.
I thought Ottawa was just like right above Detroit for some reason. I got it confused with Toronto. Okay, but anyways, enough of that ranting. We're going to stop this stream. Thank you to anyone and everyone who listens. Don't forget to share it with Art T. Bear, Mike Miller,
Art T. Bear,
Edwin Much Boyette. Love, guys.
They all need to know about the dong.
Yeah, no dong.
For sure. Dying for the dong, dude.
We can share the dong with the Joe Quesada.
Share your dong. Share my dong with Joey Q.
He'll appreciate it.
No, don't ever send Joe Quesada to this channel, because I made a great video about him just a couple days ago with these guys that you should go watch after you've done listening to this. Go find the Joe Quesada exposed video. You will doo-doo in your pants, that's for sure. So we're out of here. Thanks for watching.
Adios.